Welcome to the Market Mover Show. It is time for the beautiful Miss V and Trader Pride.
Thank you, Brad, and hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Whole trading day is ahead. More opportunities are coming. Please, as usual, be active on the chat. Ask us anything. Bring tickers you want to talk about, and of course, smash the like button.
Yeah, smash, 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 as always. So let's start off the topics with obviously SBFM. We were looking at SBFM, 87 million shares traded today so far. Let's go check on what the relative volume is on SBFM. Hopefully all of you guys are having a great day so far, making that money. Markets, obviously, a lot of mood swings. Markets were looking a little scary, and then the scare picked up a little bit more. So still worried about what the market is going to do. We are still very close to resistance levels on NASDAQ, which is 15,000. And that was the area I would have liked to go long today. But obviously the Fed speech coming in, or not the Fed speech, but Fed coming in and talking about how the inflation is too high. And I believe the Fed name was, let me just quickly scroll up over here. Brainard was his name. So yeah, him coming in and saying inflation is far too high with a significant upside risk. Obviously dropping the market like crazy, and not a good thing that I did not have an order at 1500 to go along. Coming back to SBMF, Sunshine Biopharma on the watch list today. Number 2, Gapper on the watch list actually. So gapped up by 131%, doing 87 million shares overall, and 122 times relative volume. So tons of relative volume going on. And if I even had this pulled up over here, so there you go. If you were just to pull it up back, you'll see how many splits the stock has gone to. So let's quickly zoom in on the last year so far to see how the levels look like. We can focus on this resistance around $7 and the support around $5, which looks like where the stock is exactly trading in around. And let me just draw that box around here real quick for future purposes. So there we go. The stock is pretty much trading around these consolidation areas. You can even bring that box down here if you want, and look at it that way. So SBFM. I keep kind of getting it confused with SBMF or something, which I don't even think is a ticker. All right. Time to rip back to the upside. It'll be great for a time to pick back to the upside. At the moment, I am only long on my board, so time to pick back up would be great. We'll see what happens if it does eventually rock back up. I was actually even looking at Microsoft 315 break, 316 break long today. This was actually something I was planning last night after I finished gaming. I was charting a little bit, and I was looking at Microsoft's levels. Look at how Microsoft tops up at 315.84 for about 3-4 days in a row. Well, actually, to be realistically, 2 days in a row, but it almost looks like a whole week of capping up at 316. So I was looking for a possible 316 break long on Microsoft, which would have given us a beautiful long entry to most likely 320 or even higher. So I'm really looking forward to when the market will show us some strength in order to go past here. But obviously, with the Feds coming in and talking about inflation being bad and really worrisome, I don't think we're gonna see those areas anytime soon. But if we do, I will be very happy to smash the long past those areas. Today so far, not having the opportunity to go long on Microsoft, I guess I should have gone short off that level, but no trade for me. Looks like we are bouncing off of 311.70, which is also a line that I have actually drawn at 311.50, to be honest.
We received a super chat from Brandon Heron. Thank you so much. I don't see message attached, so if you want to ask us anything or just comment, write it right under your super chat, and I will be bringing this up. And thank you guys for all your support again.
Thank you, Miss V. So I want to quickly go look at also AMD and on NASDAQ. I haven't really looked at AMD, what it's doing today. So let's quickly go take a look at this bad boy. And let me also do a couple orders over here that I have to throw on some stocks. Bang, bang. Oh, that one didn't go through. So let me just go like that. Bang. That one didn't go through either. Well, that's weird. We'll go this way. Haha, awesome. All right, so coming back to you guys, AMD, man, another day, another down move, upsetting without a doubt, but you know, can't do anything. We are slightly below 110, about $2 below 110, but support coming in below $108. We got about triple, quadruple bottoms. How many ever bottoms you want to count there? We got a good amount of support, consolidation, trading sideways at the bottoms over here, giving you good long scalps also, which looks like it's actually playing out at the very moment. You know, NASDAQ and S&P 500 bouncing bounced up not too long ago. So AMD at the moment is indeed bouncing up to see where we can see. Obviously, I'm guessing 2 VWAP and probably rejection around pre-market. This is not pre-market. That's actually the opening drive. That looks like the 15-minute rebound. So the stocks opened up near 110, came down to 109 after the 15 minutes. They rebounded back to the highs to go see if there was any move there. And there comes the Fed move afterwards that dropped the stock and the overall market to the downside, which was Nvidia at not Nvidia, sorry, AMD at a 1.7% to the downside today. Let's go check on AMC. What is AMC doing? AMC today still coming to the downside and actually about to test the 22 support right now. We did break 22 not too long ago to 21.98. Market could try to go up over here, giving us a decent long opportunity maybe on AMD. Let's actually take a small position over here, see if we actually can make it work for us, and we'll also throw a stop out on the low of daybreak, which will be 21.98. We'll see if it does break through that, we'll get out of it, and if it does start going into consolidation areas, we can think about adding more size. That way we can build it to VWAP. We're just trying to see a tiny position. You know, we won't get burnt too much if it does flush against us, and we're not holding too much either. So we don't have too much of a risk on it. About maybe 4 cents of risk. My average price 22.03, and we're giving it about 21.97. Maybe we slipped up to 21.95. So we're not giving too much of a risk over here on this possible trade because I still believe the market wants to go down today based off that negative catalyst that came out. But we have a decent idea, a decent risk to reward setup that is setting up over here on AMD near, or not AMD, sorry, AMC near $22. Now let's quickly go check out AMC also on the larger time scale to see if there is any support value of $22. And there you go, you can see some sort of consolidation over here, here, and here around 22, and also these highs of 22. If 22 breaks, the next obvious support to the downside would be around $20 on AMC, at which point you could maybe get a better long, a better risk to reward setup on there, and you could scale up, you can size up 10 times as many shares as you would take around these levels at the moment. Already working for us though, 5 cents in the money, nothing to beat our chest about, but we will talk about once it's actually ripe in the position for us to pick it.
Thank you so much, Brad. And we got a third super chat from Brandon Heron. Thank you so much. Can you cover Baba? I'm looking for a spot to buy at. Alibaba down 5%. Found the support here at 11.29. Now with the rest of the market shows signs to go higher. But how higher can we get in here?
Yeah, Baba for support, I think around 108 to 110 is where I would basically tell the support area. But right now, obviously, we don't know if we go to the 110 area, 108, sorry, today. Around 110 is where I would be thinking about buying, but already today's consolidation, you can see some consolidation coming in. Mainly when you're trading these Chinese stocks, you want to make sure you're looking at FXI on AMEX, which is your large cap Chinese ETF basket. Baba being the largest of them all. Every time Baba moves in one direction, FXI moves with it, and all the rest of them along with it, which is Baidu. I'm guessing even what's it called? NIO and other Chinese stocks along with it. Today, NIO, actually, there we go, Baidu looking a lot like Baba exactly. Let's quickly go look at NIO, but I believe NIO having a different catalyst today, but looking a lot like Baba too, which is sad. But the catalyst for NIO is that they are planning on sharing their technology for battery with their peers such as XPEV and other companies. So let's see how other companies acquire their technology or their how they use their technology in partnership with NIO, and how much of a profit does NIO actually make out of that in the long run in the coming few years or so, and how big of a battle will we see NIO compete in the EV sector that we're already seeing heat up a little bit. We know GM is trying to heat up the EV spending. Ford already been ramping up, but GM today just absolutely destructing to the downside, down 3.5% with 6 million shares traded. And I believe the relative volume when I checked on GM was about 6 times. No, what? Maybe I saw 0.6 and I thought 6 times. I don't know what I'm looking at that point. So I apologize if I am wrong, not if I am. I was wrong. I apologize for that. GM, this is GME, not GM. Ooh, let's go to GM, not GME, please. GM. 1.32, so better than 0.6, but still pretty low on the relative volume. And we would like to look at stocks that are anything more than 2 or higher. So let's quickly go over to relative volume leaders. Relative volume leaders today, looks like none of these actually are on the list for me to even keep an eye on. Any had a catalyst yesterday into after hours. It's a buyout stock. Their deal fell out. DDL 46 times, doing 20 million shares. DDL. What is DDL? DDL doing 20 million shares. And I'm sorry, mister?
Dong Dong, something like this.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but it's funny name.
Ding Dong.
Yeah.
All right. Ding Dong came in limited. So obviously Ding Dong going up pretty high today. 37% rip up incoming on this position and still looking strong, holding VWAP on every single move. And we're actually forming a trend line separating itself away from VWAP at the moment. Ding dong.
Ding dong. And we received a super chat from Dominic Famularo, also bringing us MF on NASDAQ. MF trades on around 5 million volume. We see that we had the jump to that 1.52 resistance level, got rejected a little bit, went back, but now trying again, up 25% on the day. And again, I was talking about this resistance level. So let's see if we can break that one and go all the way to 160s or maybe higher. What do you think about that MF?
Yeah, MF, another one moving up pretty well today, 27%, but a little low on volume, man. 5 million shares. I would much rather be looking at the DDL or Ding Dong, whatever it was, but this one's doing pretty decent amount of relative volume too. Miss Fresh Limited American Depository shares, 22 times relative volume. Anything you get over 2 is great. But this looks a little low on volume end, but compared to relative volume, obviously this is doing tons of it. Let's quickly go take a look at what the daily chart looks like on MF. Bouncing off of all-time lows, we were just under a penny or just under $1 not too long ago, and now trading around $1.44. We could see some resistance areas around these consolidation period. Looks like 160, even maybe 180, and then another consolidation period over here from 217 to $2. Let's see how the stock behaves if it even manages to get up to $2 at one point. But so far, we have this period from 160 to 140 to take a look at. What y'all with AMC? What y'all see with AMC today? AMC. I'm actually in a long position, but looks like I actually got stopped out on AMC. Yeah, AMC. There you go. Pushing back down to the lower day and taking out the lower day. 21.87. Tiny loss incurred on AMC, which I was ready to do for. And let me actually see how many pennies it slipped me past 98. I got filled on 96, so it slipped me 2 pennies past 96. Overall, still a decent idea and a very small loss. That doesn't even matter to me at this point. Let's leave AMC alone. Maybe flip short could be something to think about, but no, I'm okay with leaving this one alone at the moment. Come back in maybe around $20 flat or $21 flat. See how the trades around there, but it could easily bounce from here too. And by stopping me out for a week break of 21 round 2, so 21.87 being the lower day, it could bounce from here. But I'm okay on that trade for now. I'm hands off, and I got better areas to see if the trade will work for me.
Brad, did we talk about Twitter yet?
No, we did not.
We can take a look at Twitter. I see that a lot of people talk about that. It's kind of was supposed to be positive on the second day in a row on those news that Elon now has the biggest private stake in the company, and they're working on creating that edit button. But now Twitter's still up more than 4% on the day, but far from day highs.
Yeah, Twitter was actually one of my flattest trades of the day today. Yesterday, my worst trade of the day was Twitter. Today, one of my flattest day, well, AMC was pretty flat over there because I didn't lose anything on it. But Twitter was pretty flat overall after incurring a pretty decent loss off the open, I believe. No, actually, it was Activision that I incurred a pretty big loss off the open, and that was the reason why I had to scale down big time on Twitter. Overall, some of these longs were just like no shares. I was just testing the longs to see how the tape would move. It was keeping me interactive at the same time, not taking any losses. I was pretty much flat on all of these. I got long around 52.30 after noticing some buying coming in, some size on the tape, scalped it out near 53. Got back in at 52, which was 100 period EMA, scalped it out of the 50 50 period EMA, and I just kept doing that to pretty much end flat after some of these losses on Twitter. Overall, you know, I was in the idea of waiting for 55 breakout long, or was it 54? No, it was 55 breakout long pre-market high, which never came in, or a 52 long. 55 breakout long or a 52 long, but ended up getting into the 52 long, and I worked for it. And now obviously the low going below 52 all the way up to 51.27, pretty close to almost pre-market highs over here, bouncing off and giving you long opportunities on Twitter. Obviously Elon Musk joining the company's board of directors at this point is another catalyst for the stock to move up to the north side. And you guys already heard about what Neil and Sean said about the voting stuff on Twitter, about him asking for a vote. So it looks like a lot of new changes could come into Twitter. I thought that you could already make edits on Twitter, but you have to pay for it. But now if you don't have to pay for making edits on Twitter, that's kind of hurting Twitter's monetization, isn't it? So that kind of confuses me what they're trying to do with this idea. Overall, you know, I don't really care. I don't use Twitter as much as I thought I would. I'm not really a social media type of person. You guys know it. I try to be active on Instagram and on Twitter for you. It takes too much out of me. So I just don't do it. So I just try to stay away from social media for the most part. But I understand what they're trying to do with the edit button. I just don't want them to hurt their monetization through that.
So edit button means like when you already made a post and you want to edit, like,
I think
yeah,
so.
I love it because like really it's so annoying sometimes.
But you can do that right now, but you have to pay for it.
Yeah, well, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to pay, right? But like, I do a huge post and I do like one mistake or like misspell,
Yeah,
and you have to
delete
the
it.
whole post. Like,
Yeah.
that's just so inconvenient. And I'm pretty sure they can like find any other monetization ways, because like edit button, it's like kind of must have in my opinion.
I mean, I would love it without a doubt, but I just want to know exactly how else would they make money, because I think that it was a big selling point. They didn't really have another selling point. When I was reading their reason to buy, I think it's called Twitter Blue or something. I think it's called Twitter Blue. There was reasons to buy it, and in the reasons to buy it, I think one of them was you can change your profile picture to an NFT picture, and it links it to that NFT. Or you can edit your tweets, and you can do something else. But all of that includes you to have an iPhone. So if you have an Android, there's no point of you even doing any of that, because you can't deal with it. So hopefully they figure out how to make the Android side better, because the Twitter on Android side is horrible.
Yeah.
There's too many bugs for it. And hopefully they figure out how to do the edit stuff too. But at the end of the day, it's all about money. And if they don't bring money to the stock, traders like us are just gonna short it.
Well, hopefully Elon will bring money to the stock. He will invent something. Maybe like someone was joking, you can buy Tesla with your tweets.
Yeah, Tesla with your tweets. Imagine, that'd be amazing. Tesla is now, Twitter is going to turn into its own cryptocurrency.
Yeah, right?
That'd be amazing. All right. So Twitter, obviously, today, another big move coming in. I think it was up about 9 to 10% in pre-market itself, now up about 5%, and normalizing a little bit around 52.50. You know, not pre-market, opening drive bottom. No, that was the second pre-market bottom, I guess, around 52.30, 52.50. Also happens to be near the 50 period EMA, just hanging out over there. We'll see what happens eventually. What is going on? How come my size is not here on the stock? Huh? They're not even giving me half prints? Oh my, telling me I'm in the right direction for once? All right, cool. Opinion on oil. I don't have any more opinions, my friend. All I can tell you is how the stock's moving. So how the stock is moving and what it's doing at the moment, we'll see how it's exactly, you know, I don't know what the conflict is going to do. I have zero opinions on it, zero thought process on it. All I want to see is how the stock's moving, how the chart's moving. And obviously from how this is looking, very much sideways is what we're seeing all the way into pre-market. And then the open kind of pushed to 200. But obviously it looks like we are under VWAP for the most part, even though we're on the positive end. So obviously if you are trading oil, you got to look at oil tomorrow. I think tomorrow 10:30 the numbers come out for oil every Wednesday. So you got to keep an eye out for the oil numbers too, and then that really will dictate the move to you more than anything. So keep out for those variables, because there's a lot of variables that actually move it instead of the actual buyer supports, seller supports, trend lines, and technical indicators. There's a lot more in-depth detail for these that you can trade off of.
Brad, let's touch on the cannabis sector a little
Sure.
bit. A few people talk about Sundial. We are down on the day, and looks like we're here in this key area support at 0.64.
Did you hear that?
Weird sound?
Yeah, it was like some bee or
Snake?
something. Bzz, 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 bzz. All right. LGVN is trying to push, but sorry, I was talking about SNDL. SNDL down 4%. So man, that legalization is what we're still looking for. Pretty sad that SNDL is once again back to the downside. Would love for SNDL to go back above $1 and maybe even get well above $1, stay above $1. Tilray also. Weed stocks just keep on booming. Let's take them all back to the high time territories along with CGC. I don't want no stock to destroy itself. Every stock to go back to the high side very soon. So CGC down 3%. We already saw SNDL was down over there. Let's go quickly look at marijuana ETF MJ. MJ at the moment is doing what? MJ at the moment is also down. So this is your marijuana ETF, a very good a tracker of what the overall sector is doing. And if you're not watching this ETF when you're trading the marijuana sector, I think you're kind of doing yourself injustice. And I would always urge people to take a look at these ETFs when you're trading such basket of stocks. For example, if you're trading JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs or Wells Fargo or something, you want to keep an eye on the XLF ETF, XLF.AAM. If, for example, if you're trading semiconductors such as AMD or NVIDIA or TSM/Intel, you want to keep a look on SXX/AM. Sorry, not AM, on NASDAQ. Or even some people look at SOXL on AM, I believe, which is a lower price, 3 times leverage, if I remember correctly. Is it the 3 times leverage? SOXL. It should be 3 times leverage. Yeah, 3 times leveraged bull, L for long, and S for short. So SSOX on Amex will be short. Nope. SSOX or SOXS will be short. Yeah, there you go. This is the short semiconductor ETF, I believe. Also 3 times leverage. Let me just quickly go verify that. SSOX is SSOX ETF is, yeah, I'll find out later. All right.
Meanwhile, a few people talk about LGVN. We're up more than 8% on the day. Try and go back to the day highs. We went to that resistance level of 1340. 1440 got rejected multiple times, a little bit consolidation, but trying to go back there.
LGVN, yeah, Longevron, another day, another big move on this position, getting ready to go up as high as $15 or more. I was just trying to zoom out over here. Let me just actually close this chart and load that chart back up. That way I don't have to do the nonsense that it's making me do over there. All right, there we go. Awesome. We're back. LGVN. Now I get to zoom out and zoom in a little bit, move back and forward. Thank you, chart. Let's also go quickly to the 15-minute chart instead. So on the 15-minute chart, here you go, Longevron. Yesterday, we were near 15 highs. We were also above 15 not too long ago, double topping around 16 over here. Coming back to find supports yesterday and now opening well below where we were yesterday and then ripping up above 8% from yesterday's close. So still playing around quite a bit. A lot of moves, a lot of volatility, a lot of swings coming in for LGVN. If we were to go look for some levels, how would we find any? Internet, hello. There we go. LGVN. We do have some box over here laid out. Looks like we were looking at this consolidation period when the stock was actually trading in those areas around 1677. And look how the tail of this wick and even this tail of this candle over here. Most of the trading happened in how much of a range? About 10 cents of a range. Even though a lot of the trading volatility range itself was insane. Just goes to show how much of a volatile stock this was on that day and how much of liquid volume was actually there. So obviously coming down over here is showing us where the stock kind of belongs in for now until it figures out another range. So Longevron finding support in front of 12 and the lower day today 1185 and finding rejection around the same few rejection areas we were looking at not too long ago, which is $14.50 and $15 in my opinion. I just following Arun's methodology over there, which is just rounded up for the full dollar instead of the even dollar. Sorry, not even, into the instead of a half dollar. That's what Arun taught us before. All right. Prad, it's SOXX for short, SOXX for long. So yeah, that's exactly what I did. But I was trying to find out the actual, the what's it called, the if it was 3 times leverage or not for SOXX, because what I use is I just use the main one, SOX on NASDAQ. This is or it was SOXX, sorry, on NASDAQ. I just use the main one. I don't use the 3-time leverage ones. The 3-time leverage, nothing wrong with the 3-time leverage. They're obviously more traded. SOX L, which is more traded, obviously a ton of volume, lower price stock. They pretty much look the same at the end of the day. So whatever works for you, it works for you, right?
Brad,
at the end of the day, that's what you need to do. Yeah, Miss V, sorry.
People talk about Twitter. Twitter is trying to go higher. Found that bottom at 51.33. Now we broke Viva up to the upside. Let's see if we break this 53.25 level to hopefully go back to day highs on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter getting ready to heat up a little bit. I'll be pretty surprised if Twitter manages to go back to the day high and then takes out the day's high. I think we'll see some short opportunities on this on the move up, but obviously, biases hurt you. I don't really have a bias on this. I just have some theories on the way I would like to trade it. Besides that, we're just watching it move up at the moment. I don't really have a setup to take a long in the middle of a range, and nor do I want to have a setup that takes along in the middle of a range. Obviously, it is above VWAP at the moment, and look at the battle, the 53 level. There you go, 53 now taken out, and actually moving well above 53. Volume picking up on Twitter, obviously. And you can tell that by the tape itself. So tape is heating up. Let us just filter the tape for 199 shares so we see anything over 200 shares, and also filter this over here so we don't see anything more than 100 shares on the book. This way we can see where the actual liquidity is for volume, kinda. So this goes to show where people are sitting on the book for more than 200 shares or more. But for people who trade with 100 shares or less, this kind of doesn't this defeats the purpose for you. This is just to see where real orders are. See how the real orders are a little bit higher than where the stock is even trading, or a little bit lower. So that's the idea over there, because for me, the real traders are who are trading more than 100 shares, because 55 times 100, you guys can do the math on that.
Brad, I want to give a big shout out to Elizabeth Goodyear today. She supports us really great on the chat, asks for the likes. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I hope you're having a great day. Someone even asked if Elizabeth works for the channel. Well, my answer is, guys, all of us, each viewer who trades with us or just watches us, here, we're one big community. It's our mutual channel, and all of us working for the better future for our community, for more likes, and for development of this show. So yes, basically we're all working for Market Movers and TraderTV.Live.
That's the goal, is exactly as Ms. V mentioned not too long ago. It is to help as many people as we can, to entertain as many people as we can, and to obviously have fun at the same time while we're doing this. So hopefully we are hitting all 3 of those main focus points over here from 8:30 a.m. to 4 a.m. Monday to Friday, as long as the market is open. Are you short on Twitter? At what price? No, I am not short on Twitter at the moment. I said I'll short it later on. Justin, do you have an opinion that shows cumulative orders on an option that shows cumulative orders on level 2? We do. I just don't like using them. But if you want to use them, you can. All you have to do is go into over here into color mode and see how it says the plus signs. You can just put those plus signs up at 10 or whatever price point, and you'll see the cumulative size over here. I just don't like the way it looks, and plus I'm not that illiterate on math, in my opinion. You know, I'm pretty bad at math. Don't get me wrong on that. But I don't need to use those plus signs to tell me how much of size I'm looking at on what gateway and so on. So I don't like to have them. But obviously that is very opinion based. It is very customizable, and everyone is different. You don't need to trade it the way I do. There is absolute no need to do it that way. I wouldn't mind working with them keys. I'm not sure what keys you're talking about over here.
It's like Elizabeth. As someone said, like, if Elizabeth works for us, but she was just supporting the show and asking for likes. But meanwhile, like, we've got a lot of new traders on the floor who joined Day Trade the World, and we were looking for those who are located in Toronto. So Elizabeth, technically, if you would be located in Toronto, you could be working with us. And here we go. We've got a super chat from Alex Diaz, Miss Wee, and Mr. Prad. Thanks for all the alerts. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much, Alex. So glad that we're making contribution into your trading day, and I hope you're having a green, profitable day.
Green is always lean and keeps the machine going. So green for sure, as Miss V mentioned. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. AMD, let's go take a look at AMD. Heck is going on with my hand? AMD, my chart did not load up. What is going on with AMD? Not really anything going on with AMD, in my opinion. I think market's gonna look like a lot like it did yesterday, which is yesterday we saw it gap up, or not, sorry, it did. Anyways, let me just rephrase my sentence here. Yesterday we saw the market go up and trade all the way at the highs for so long that it put us to bed. Eventually later on in the day, when obviously market movers did get shut down and you guys go transfer over to the closing show with Neil, Sean, and Brendan, you guys saw the market actually moving later on in the day. Very boring, and I think the market might be in the same situation again today, which is just be around these lows, put us all to bed, not really do anything. But at the same time, while I'm saying that, Nasdaq and S&P 500 are actually trying to move up. So maybe the boringness is not here yet, since we got another 30 minutes before lunchtime kicks in. So here's S&P 500 trying to move up, only down 0.5%, right, on the S&P. So nothing to scream doomsday, nothing to scream destruction about yet, only down 0.5%. And Nasdaq obviously down a little bit more than that, down 1.5%, and a little bit of screaming doomsday on Nasdaq. Let's go check on what Facebook is looking like today, because Facebook has been really strong for the past few days, and during the market moves up and down. And look at how the Facebook is looking right now. Facebook only down 0.5% with 11 million shares traded, while Nasdaq is overall down 1.4. What exactly is bringing the market down? My guess would be Microsoft and Apple. So Microsoft today down almost 1% indeed. Microsoft dragging the market down. I think Microsoft is number 2 weighted basket in Nasdaq and in S&P 500, and Apple number 1 weighted, actually down 1.1% over here, trying to find support in front of 176. Lower days exactly looks like a 176.20. So let me go confirm that over here real quick. Apple lower day 176.20. I'm a whiz, baby, the boy whiz. So we'll see exactly what else can bring the market down with it. Maybe Tesla. I do know one of our traders is who's gonna come on today. The guest trader of the day is gonna be talking about Tesla. So whenever they are free, hopefully they can hear me while I'm talking about this. If they can't, maybe the people beside him can let him know that whenever he's free, he can jump on for his trade review today on Tesla.
Brad, can I bring you my Tesla trade?
Always,
in a while?
always.
Sure, I will bring it up in a second.
Yeah, whenever you're free, let me know. In the meantime, you ready? Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, here we go, guys. Beautiful short trade on Tesla today. Let's take a look closer how I was shorting it today. So I went short in pre-market at 11:38. It gave me a chance to get out at 11:35. So around $3 in the money per share. Then I got reloaded at 11.47. Stock went all the way to 11.52. And again, I have been aware of that 11.50 level, and I really wanted to see if it's just a spike or like we're gonna hold strong above. If not, I was still short biased on Tesla today. And when we passed back that 11.50 to the downside, it showed strength to go lower. I averaged my short at 11.47, and my best out was at around 11.13, which is around $27 per share in the money. So I love my short on Tesla. I wanna hear it well bear, and congratulations everyone who is shorting Tesla today.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. I know that a lot of people on the chat also were taking short on that name.
Yeah, beautiful entries, beautiful exits. I love it. Very well played over there. Miss V's absolutely smoking it. Great executions over there. Absolutely beautiful. With the Tesla trade, exactly, Tesla trade. Twitter going to 55 today minimum. I mean, it was already at 55, so just going back to 55, I don't think it means anything to me, but obviously it would give us some beautiful opportunities to trade it. It would put Twitter back at 9% on the day if it does go back to 55. Obviously, 54.94 is the high day in pre-market itself. We're waiting for some opportunities to trade Twitter at the moment. Some size showing up on Twitter, but it's only a 10,000 shares, immediately wiped up off the 53 level, not showing any support at all on the way right now, on the way up or on the way down. We'll see if it does go back to lower days and pre-market highs. I'll look for an opportunity long there, or a possible short near 55, but at this time of the day, I'm not really excited about a breakout long of 55 or a breakout long of 54, because obviously volume should be decreasing all the way going into lunchtime, all the way going up to 1 o'clock, and then slowly pick back up after 1 o'clock. So not too excited for that breakout setup over there. And here goes Twitter to the downside, because Nasdaq is now making a new low a day. S&P 500 also going to the downside along with the rest of the market. Let's see if Nasdaq actually has continuation on the new low a day push over here, or does it immediately whipsaw right back into the range and just start trading in the range like it used to. Where are we going next? Dump, any good shorts, sir? At the moment, I don't really see anything. You know, we're still waiting for some opportunities, especially maybe some PayPal shorts. PayPal already playing off in a short direction. Oof, PayPal just cracking hard today. The 120 short would have been something to keep an eye on. Maybe Activision shorts. I'm not really into seeing Activision going downside either. Yeah, I don't really see any opportunities, but I do know Palantir was the opportunity that I was trying to look for around $14. So Palantir coming back to the downside now after having a pretty insane swing up off the open. Palantir went down to 14.40, wimped up to 14.80, and now coming all the way back to $14. Maybe a possible long opportunity for me on Palantir near 14, but I currently don't see even a lower day break of Tesla short. Maybe you could look for lower day around 11 I'm guessing. Let me go confirm what the lower day is of Tesla. Tesla lower day 11.10.70. So 11.10.70 where we are at currently on Tesla. You could possibly look for a short of this range and ride it to the downside if you believe the market is indeed going down. Baba getting hammered.
Poor Baba.
Baba apparently getting hammered at the moment, and obviously another day, another down move for the Chinese sector overall. Baba down 5% and extending its move. Now the lower day is 110.82. If obviously if Baba's going down, FXI is gonna start moving along with it. So we just gotta be patient in case we were looking for some longs. Do you see Palantir and NIO as nice longs? Not at the moment, but maybe in a bit. NIO obviously going to follow Baba to the downside. NIO breaking 23 and double bottoming over here. Double bottoming, and I think NIO would be way better near. Did someone say something?
I think no.
No, okay. So I think NIO would be better near $22 or so, because I have traded that level before. Obviously, we would have to keep that on watch if we don't get back to those prices on NIO.
Prad, a few big volume candles came on ISPO, made this jump to the upside to 9.27 area, and I see a few people talk about that name. I'll hit rocket ship, but we have like 2 million volume overall on the stock. I think like the majority is in this volume.
ISPO. ISPO doing 3 times relative volume, which is not bad, but it is doing only 2 mil volume. But obviously, $8 stock, 2 mil was probably doing less volume in the past compared to what it is doing now. So anytime a stock's doing more than 2 times, we kind of like that. Obviously, would like a lot more volume on this, but relatively it is doing a ton of volume, and 10% up in the day right now. Pretty good on the overall move today. Let's go take a look on the dailies. I'm trying to see if I can find anything on this chart down here. I'm not really seeing anything yet. ISPO. And look at those bottoms that we're at. Pretty much all-time lows on ISPO and just consolidating. 770 the low, all-time low, and 870 pretty much $1 away from where we are right now. The stock pretty much opened up at all-time lows and is ripping up. So I'm not sure what the catalyst is or what the reasoning is for any of this move to be happening at the moment, but we are seeing it, and it is bouncing off those lows and trying to reclaim some of the highs that we have seen in the past, which is what, $100, like ridiculous highs that we saw in the past, absolutely getting destroyed from those highs later on and coming back all the way to the downside. I think I remember this stock now. Dominic Famularo called out this stock, I believe, back in the day. That's why I even have these levels thrown up over here. Inspirito Incorporated, was this the one that had those expensive houses, the really expensive houses that on ISPO Inspirito? And
Well, it sounds like I don't remember.
Sorry, Miss V?
Sounds like I remember we were googling that.
Yeah, ISPO. It says non-profit. Inspirito, yeah. So these are the extremely $15,000 membership, whatever. So it looks like eventually at the end of the day, the stocks did come back to normal prices as they should have, all the way below the IPO price itself. But a lot of people smoked the stock to the upside, and hopefully a lot of people smoked the stock to the downside also. Congratulations for anyone who were able to kill it, and I'm sorry for anyone who wasn't, but that's the nature of the market. But hopefully you are still liquid and ready to make some opportunities here and kill the stock market, and with the help of obviously Sean, Neil, and Brandon. All day, well, not all day. You have me and Miss V here midday, but for the most part, all day.
Tesla.
Sorry?
Tesla. I call Tesla Tesla.
Tesla.
Tesla is losing its 1100 levels, guys. Again, I was actually.
I just took that.
I
just took in what you said. I'm sorry. Tesla.
You
It
just
doesn't
realized?
mean anything.
Yeah,
I was
but
like,
it sounds funny, right?
Sounds still funny, yeah.
Yeah. So I was actually looking for my last out for this area at around 11:12, but I got out like 11:13. Doesn't really matter. But look what's happening, guys. We are breaking that level, which means we can go lower than that. Let's be looking now for 11:04. Level, but 1100 is also a key level for Tesla. Hopefully markets already brought us a great short opportunity on Tesla. Hopefully we will try to reverse, go back higher, and I would love to have all the way back to day highs on Tesla, but kind of looks like not happening today.
Yeah, so looks like that Tesla did go lower, you said, right? So
Yeah.
if anyone took that opportunity of taking the lower day break short Tesla when the market was going short, which is I guess the trade I gave you, $2 in the money. But if you're a Tesla trader like Miss V, you know $2 in the money means absolutely nothing on Tesla. If you're not $5 in the money or $5 out of the money, that trade is absolutely doesn't mean anything, at least in my opinion. I actually see a question in the chat right now. Hopefully I'm not giving away any secrets on this computer, but my RAM is 64-bit. So whoever asked that question, my RAM is a 64-bit i7 2900 gigahertz or 2.9, sorry, not 2900, 2.9 gigahertz with the 10700F. I think I have a worse GPU at home, man, or CPU at home. So this one obviously way better than mine at the moment. No, I think I have a better one at home. I don't even know what I have at home at the moment. What do I have at home? Twitch.tv slash. What do I have at home? Trader Prad. Go to about. Scroll down over here. Where's
What
my
is that?
PC? Motherboard. CPU. Where's the CPU? Oh, right here. Intel i7 8700. So it looks like yeah, maybe a little bit of a worse one, but mine is obviously overclockable. So I it's also 3.4 overclocked to 4, I believe. Hee hee. That's right. It shows 16 gigs RAM. Yeah, 16 gigs of RAM. That's a slow i7. It's actually not bad at all, to be honest. It's not bad at all. It works. It's hasn't had any problems compared to my last machine. My last machine was a little bit slower than this, so I have no problems with the one we have currently. Did you buy it or the office built it? The office computer. It's not mine. If I was building my own, it would be gaming PC, and I'd be gaming at work. I wouldn't be trading. So that's why I told them I'm not going to build my own PC over here. Twitter apparently moving back to the north side, but or to the downside. No, it's actually, just hanging out, not really doing anything. It did move up and move back to the downside, but these moves don't really mean anything to me. That is to me. For you, if you see a trade in there, please go ahead and make that trade with your trade parameters and your trading rules and your trading setups. Make sure you're able to capitalize on that trade over there. But for me at the moment, it's not really doing anything that I want to make a trade out of. So no excitement going on just yet. I mean, I already talked about how the market could just do nothing for the rest of the day, which is just stay here and hang out at the bottoms. You can get a faster i5 for less money. Well, I didn't spend any money on this. I thank Mark for spending the effort and the company's money to build this PC, which hasn't given me any issues. But when it does give me issues, guys, I will be sure to convey these messages to them for sure. But I'm pretty sure they're smarter than me, and they'll probably look at me like, buddy, we know what we're doing. Just go trade and just shut up. So there's no point in me even conveying that message, right?
Yeah, Mark is the best. Like he's
Yeah.
building now our new desk. We
Yeah.
already have cameras in there, so I believe soon we will be testing, and I'm super excited. I can now we're kind of switching ourselves, right? And when we're not doing this,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so awkward, but
Yeah.
so fun, guys. Can't wait for that. And as Mills 562 really wants to take a look at Ford Prad. Ford is down more than 4% on the day. Looks like we're slightly going lower now at that 15.94 level for Ford.
All right. Is Neil in LGVN? If so, where would your stop be? I'm not sure if he is, but sorry. So if he's short, he says his stop is the high day, which would make the most sense. Obviously, it would good risk to reward setup over there. So for anyone who's asking that question, I think Zippy Zane, that's the answer for you, my friend. ISPO running again. ISPO moving
And
back up to the
then
north side.
maybe you can take a look at Ford.
Ford, yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Sorry, I just got distracted.
No
So
worries.
Ford, sorry, ISPO still moving up. So and let's see. Obviously, I did give you those bunch of ranges on ISPO not too long ago, which was all the way up here. But looks like we got some ranges down here near $10. Let's see if it can even get to 10. Let's go look at a stock that actually is worthy of trading on a day-to-day basis, which is Ford. Ford today, as Ms. V already mentioned not too long ago, is actually down 4.5% with 45 million shares traded, and that looks like a lot of volume for the day so far. Relative volume 1.49, not bad at all. Over 1 is always good, but 2 is always better. So over 1 at the moment, doing tons of volume, but to the downside, in the negative direction that I would actually like Ford to move into. Overall, anytime Ford goes to the downside would be an easy buy opportunity for a quick swing trade, or even a long-term account if you want to buy for that. If I do want to buy Ford for a long term, I would much rather be buying in near the 10s and 11s and 12s if it does go back down there. But for a swing trade opportunity, anytime we get below 15, I believe would be a great opportunity for swing it back to 15s on Ford itself. DWAC, sorry, Mr. God.
I just wanted to bring another name. I still have positions in that SBFM, guys. This Sunshine Biopharma. Good news, obviously. Its newly designed mRNA molecules are effective against multi-drug resistant cancer cell grown in culture. Great news. This followed the jump to the upside, but I'm actually shorting the name. I got short at 5.05. Stock went a little bit against for me, but in this level rejected and went back down. So hopefully I will see more down move on that SBFM today. If not, that's fine. My win on Tesla today gonna cover any losses. So guys, write in the comments if you were trading SBFM or still trading or looking for some levels in that name.
Thank you, Miss V. KSPC, Nightscope, I believe, or KSCP, right? Isn't that the ticker? KSCP? Yeah, KSCP, I believe, is what you're talking about. But let me go check out if there is a KSPC. Nope, I'm pretty sure you're talking about KSCP, which is Nightscope, the robotic company, or company that makes robotics, sorry. I guess you could call it a robotic company or robotic manufacturer, whatever you want to call it. Overall, it's coming back down from the initial IPO hype. I think these prices are still good for Nightscope, especially around these prices. But keep in mind, this is a growth company, a lot of room to go. This is the future that you're playing, kind of like me buying the drone company at $2 and then watching it go below a penny. So obviously, I don't want anything like that happening to you guys. Make sure that you know what you're investing in or what you're swing trading. But Nightscope, obviously, a great stock to watch for the long run, in my opinion. And they had a catalyst that they're gonna invest in some facility or something. I forget what the catalyst was over last night. I read it last night, but I don't remember today. So yeah, KSCP. For now, I would just be hands off. Obviously, only 700,000 shares traded, and if you were to go on the relative volume scale, it would be pretty low, 0.33. That's not any good on the relative volume scale. So I would just be hands off on it today, especially even after having the catalyst yesterday. We're not seeing any volume on this one today. DWAC, I'm just gonna read the stock name and I don't really want to read the rest on that. So DWAC apparently going back to the downside. Oh man, DWAC 14% down today. I was expecting it to look a lot more like Twitter, obviously, for having a sympathy trade, and it is not having a sympathy trade. Looks like DWAC is getting sold off more because of the partnership and possible rivalry that they're gonna have. But I still believe there is some possible trades that we will get out of DWAC. Every time DWAC goes below 50, I see people loading it up for the possible move to 100 in case of the app coming out, right? So if the app actually launches and becomes a successful application in somewhere in the future, DWAC will be something that's a great trade to look for in the coming whenever the news gets announced, that is. So DWAC, not looking like a sympathy trade along with Twitter, but obviously moving off the Twitter news to the downside. NASDAQ flushed. Obviously, NASDAQ flushed a long time ago. We're just hanging out near the lows right now, not really flushing any more than that. But they could flush more, Alex, if that's what you're trying to get down to. Prad, you're correct. I'm DWAC long. Congratulations. I hope you make all the money that DWAC offers you. All the money that DWAC can offer you. Prad, can you check GFAI? GFAI Guard Force, I believe, is GFAI. Yeah, GFAI Guard Force, relative volume really low on the thing. Let's see what happens for it to do or get any sort of volume on GFAI. 6 million shares traded so far with 0.67 relative volume. Not really something I want to be trading if the stock is not doing more than even one. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list for the day. It is saying that the stock is on SSR day 2. That means it might have been down more than 10% yesterday. So maybe down more than 10% yesterday. I'm not really doing the math right now. Obviously, you guys know about how my math skills are pretty weak. So obviously, not doing that at the moment. But according to my platform, it says DWAC, sorry, not DWAC, GFAI is on SSR day 2 at the moment. Please have a look at TSM. That is the only thing I need to read as a ticker name, TSM. TSM, obviously, Taiwan Semiconductors is a semiconductor stock overall that you need to be focusing on. If how AMDs are trading, how Nvidias are trading, even how the SOXX is trading, you got to keep a track on these ETFs if you are trading your semiconductors overall. TSM today obviously looking a lot like China stocks instead, all the way to the downside. BABA and NIO, all of them looking very similar, and TSM not really looking like or TSM actually is looking like SOXX, which is also to the downside. There we go. AMD on NASDAQ down, NVIDIA on NASDAQ, I'm guessing is also down with a little bit better strength. No, NVIDIA looking the worst out of them. Looks like AMD has a little bit more strength today than it did in the past.
Tesla flashing. Flash. Tesla going to that 1104 level, guys. And let's see if we gonna break that. Thank you, Brad. I want to take a look at the higher time frame again. When in doubt, zoom out. Yeah, so this 1104, if it breaks this one again, more room to go even lower to 1095. So yes, guys, I still see room for Tesla go lower. Would be a little bit careful with that name and pay close attention to that range from 1104 to 1095. Back to Prad.
Sorry, I just had to read something that I don't want to say out loud, so I'm just going to move on from that comment. Twitter going to pump hard at Power Hour. That's going to be obviously something we're going to keep our eyes on. Yesterday, actually, I thought Twitter would do something into the close, but Twitter did nothing into the close, which was very sad for me to watch. But we'll have it on watch today again, without a doubt. If Twitter actually starts to do something into the close, you know, maybe some hedge funds thinking about loading up on Twitter, maybe some hedge funds thinking about dumping Twitter. We don't know exactly what they're going to do eventually, and whatever they decide, we'll just try to make a trade out of it and piggyback on the hedge funds back at the end of the day over there. So far, Twitter is for sure something to keep on watch throughout the day, you know, without a fail. So much strength on Twitter, even when NASDAQ is now almost down 2% on the day. S&P 500 took out the lower day there not too long ago, and it is trying to go much lower. We'll see where it does go to. Where are we going to? SPY just wicked on bottom. Possible reversal uptime. On the S&P 500. S&P 500 is still got quite a bit of a room to the downside. I think we have to go test 4,500 to the downside. So ES can still really go to the lower side, and Tesla apparently still flushing. And remember how I said if you're $2 in the money on Tesla, it doesn't mean anything to me. Don't beat your chest. Now beat your chest up because you're multiple dollars in the money on that Tesla short. Lower day goes on the market, lower day short on Tesla. You're now almost $8 in the money. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen, for whoever is riding this, not the rocket ship, but whoever orchestrated this throwing knife contest on Tesla. I hope you're capitalizing on these profits at the very moment, because the stock is indeed offering it to you on a silver platter.
Yeah, Tesla, I believe, made like 50% to the upside yesterday from the lows, recent lows. 50%.
50?
Yeah.
From the lows.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Nice. That's pretty insane on Tesla, obviously. Sheesh.
Not anymore, I guess.
Sorry, monsieur?
Not anymore, I guess.
Not anymore. Oh, I mean, we're still above 1,000 on Tesla, so no, not a problem. If you look at Tesla on the long-term scale, we're only 100 points away from all-time high, right? So this is nowhere for us to be worried about Tesla, us to be happy for Tesla. Obviously, if Tesla goes below 700, then not only you, I'll be upset too, even though I'm not invested in it. It's because I love Elon. There's no other denial besides that I love Elon. So if it does go back below 700 or something, maybe this time I'll think about buying a couple shares or something, because look at this move that we all missed out.
Yeah, that's right. I don't feel like Tesla will go anytime really soon back to 700. But again, as they say today, we might we're down $42. It's absolutely normal for Tesla. It's moving like $50+ per day. So again, nothing is happening, just normal markets moves, because before you go higher, you need to go lower, I guess. But yeah, when Tesla was even at 800s, I wish I bought that stock.
Yeah, indeed. So I was just actually looking at the average true range on Tesla over here for the past 14 days on Finviz. It's the calculation is 48.74, and looks like we already hit. My head's hurting. Oh. Looks like we just hit around $48, no, $42 to the downside. So a little bit more room to the downside is possible, but the 1100, I would expect support to be around 1100, maybe a little bit lower than 1100, maybe 1109, 1108, giving us some bounce opportunities, giving you the full ATR move of $48, $50 in one direction for Tesla. So as Ms. V said, the stock moves around in $50 plus ranges every time. There is nothing really over here for us to freak out about on the down move just yet. And let me actually cancel some orders over here on Activision, because that order makes no sense. And then I'm gonna put the order over here instead. 200, and then I want this to be 200. 200, and good. We're good to go. All right, so coming back to you guys at the moment, why is this not on a watch list? Let's put this to, oh, I didn't even select a watch list, so whatever, screw it. How about GEVO? GEVO. I'm expecting some volume there. Okay, there's some volume there on GEVO. Not bad at all. What's the relative volume looking like on GEVO? GVO relative volume, okay, not greater than 1, which is actually not what I expected. I thought it would be bigger than 1, because the $4, $5 stock doing some amount of volume, but obviously GEVO not really doing anything today to have it on the watch list. No day trades possible on this one, in my opinion. Very much stuck in ranges that the stock is going to be probably trading in rest of the day. No volume to help you make a momentum trade out of it. So notice how we're just stuck in yesterday's range, and there is no absolute momentum for you to utilize to make a trade out of it at the moment. And you would have to be in this trade for extreme periods that I would not be interested in being in. So no trade, obviously, as I mentioned not too long ago. S&P 500 taking out the lows right now. There goes S&P 500, and this is why I said, someone mentioned the SPY could turn around at the moment. No, I think the SPY has a little bit more move. We're only down 50% or 0.5%, sorry, on the S&P 500. Now we're about 3/4 of the way down on S&P 500, but still I think we got about 40 points more down way before we actually see some support coming in. 4,500 is the level that I'm watching. I'm not sure what levels Arun gave out in the morning. I'm expecting maybe some 42, 45, 25 areas is maybe was what I'm expecting Arun to have given you guys on the morning show. So let's actually look at that levels first, 45.30 to 45.25, and then we can look at the 45.05 to 4,500. Last time I looked at the 4,500 level for a resistance or for a bounce, that was the perfect execution, the perfect level the stock bounced off of, and everyone who took advantage of that, you guys saw what happened later on in the day where the stocks just moved up crazy. But today I'm expecting some of these levels to get taken out, but 45.05 is quite a bit of a way down before 45.25. Getting some things from WYNN casino stocks. So WYNN today is doing what, 1.43 million shares, and looking a lot like just Baba and China stocks in general. So down another 3.25%. The move is just absolutely destruction candle.
Brandon Hearn, thank you so much. Another super chat from you with this cute saying GG. How you call that? Like playing.
Good game.
Good game? I see, fun. Thank you so much. Never seen you before sending a super chat. So glad to get acquainted more with you. And here you says you love us and we love you all, fam. I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Yeah, indeed. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, and thank you for all the love and support you guys show us in the chat all the time without fail, day in and day out. Thank you everyone for that. This distraction candle, thanks distraction candle. I said destruction. Maybe it came out of distraction. I apologize for the possible misspelling or just enunciation. What about Boeing? Boeing is obviously to the downside. Another day, another down move on Boeing, down 3.8%, 4.7 million shares to the downside traded overall. But as I mentioned all the time, which is no matter how low Boeing goes, eventually it'll be a great buy area for Boeing because it's too big to fail. There's not as many companies out there that actually make flights on a scale that Boeing does. So until that happens, this is just the buy the dip opportunities on Boeing, a stock that actually one of the very few stocks that I actually like to use trend lines on because the strength of the stock using trend lines are always so directional until it breaks off that trend line. So obviously going much lower and trying to test supports near 160, but we're quite a bit away from 160. Obviously right now we're battling this range consolidation highs, which happen to be around 170 to 180. Boeing, Airbus is the other one that's I believe it's France. Airbus is France. Airbus is, yeah, Paris. And I don't have the Paris entitlement, so this is going to be delayed data. Airbus today down 4% and trading around 105. Airbus A380, I believe, was the only Airbus I've ever flown in. A380. Was it? I don't even remember. A380, I believe that was the flight number. Let me actually.
Oh, the one that crashed in China?
No.
Wow.
No. That's just the flight name, like the A380. This is the Emirates flight.
Are you going to take a flight?
No, I'm just I don't know. I just remember weird details, Miss V. I'm sorry. Okay, it's when you have ADD, you just remember weird things, and somehow I
That's
remember that
alright.
flight name, kind of like remembering Boeing 737-400 or just some random flight details name. I don't know. It's just weird things. Your brain plays tricks with yourself. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
sorry, I just was a little bit distracted also, zoned out because every time I see these puppy pigs, it's all I
Peppa
think,
Pig?
puppy pig.
Puppy pigs.
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig.
Cassie Olson, real quick for you. Thanks for asking though. Come on, where's my puppy? Oh, I'll come back to you guys when I open that.
These guys are talking about Peppa Pig lines over there, man. These dads are living the life, obviously. I love it.
Alright, here's my Peppa Pig, and here's he is playing with the toy, little baby shark. As soon as I step on the floor, he gonna bite like this my toes. So yes, guys, my little baby.
He's too cute.
I
Too
know.
cute, little Louis. Hopefully he's fast enough like Lewis Hamilton and just runs around the whole house.
Oh yeah.
This is cute. That's cute. I love it. Peppa Pig. No, he's not Peppa Pig. That's little Louis. That's little Louis. All right. So we talked about Boeing, and now we can move away from this one a little bit. Go look at some other stocks, maybe some CCL. I know cruise liner CCL was on the watch list today. I forget for what reasons exactly. Why was CCL on there? I have it right here, so that's why I'm just going through my phone. CCL, there we go. Carnival rallied 3.6% in pre-market after the cruise line operators said the 7-day period of March 28th through April 3rd was the busiest week for new cruise bookings in company's history. So after obviously all the COVID implications and all the shutdowns and everything that we had to go through, and even cruise lines as a company, airlines as a company had to go through, this 1 week period of booking was the biggest ever in history. Kind of reminding you of what happened with AMC, isn't it? When AMC opened back up, it was the biggest number in the history. A lot of people went back to theaters. This, that. So that idea is kind of being bled into also your cruise liners and your airliners. So CCL taking that news line and still ending positive on the day with 4% after giving back a little bit more than the pre-market move that we gained. So still up 4% on the day, but as mentioned, a little bit lower than we would have thought it would have been today. I gotta throw some orders here to the downside, and let's see what happens. All right. He's such a cute little guy, Miss V. I know he is indeed.
Yeah, thank you, Tyrone. Tyrone was the first who asked the picture, so he started that puppy pig trend. Thank you.
Yeah. Market bouncing, a little bit of a bounce indeed coming in the market over here. So remember how I said I want to see how the market trades around 43.30 to 43.25. Looks like we're seeing the bounce come in on the S&P 500 at 43.40 instead. So 45.30 to 45.25, but 45.40 is where we're seeing the market turn around a little bit, coming back into this range. But looks like we still have this channel that it can kind of form and go back to the downside later on if it wants to. So not sure if this is the actual bounce that we get all the way to VWAP, kind of saving some of these stocks from going even lower, such as AMD, maybe even Twitter, which is hanging out near $52 or so, and Roblox. I want to go take a look at Roblox today. Roblox is actually, I wanted to short Roblox near $50, and I missed out on this opportunity because I was more focused on my Affirm short, which was shorting Affirm 47. I actually called out the short on the Discord chat. So we have a Discord chat well, it's on Discord. We have a Discord conversation for Trader TV Live. And basically over here we were talking with a bunch of other traders. Blind Jedi, he's usually in the chat too. Our mod Urban Trader, who always holds it down, bans all the spammers right away. Good job over there, Urban. And so does Scormsy. You know, thank you to both of our moderators over there. Somehow both of them are Russian and one of them is from Toronto. I don't know how that ends up working. I picked them out of the random, but okay. But what I was calling out is the Affirm short around $47. So we've seen 47 act as a pretty good support for a couple days now on 40 for Affirm. So obviously, if they're gonna give me that short opportunity, pre-market low break, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna smash it. I wish I actually did smash it because I didn't. I took a pretty you know, baby size over here according to how much I would have taken, and then I added on the way down. Obviously I scalped it out on the first few exits and I scalped some more out on this exit. Did not hold any of it. My number one stock on the day, Affirm. I kind of traded Starbucks the same way. This actually was a little bit of a replication from how Greg played it yesterday. Also his trade today, he called out his trade in our Google Hangouts chat, and in our Google Hangouts chat we see that, like, you know, Starbucks is getting taken out from 86 to the downside. I took the 86 break, captured some profits. When it came back to 86 again, I reloaded, and then I added back on the break of 85. But on this break of 85, I was watching the tape and it was just buying under 85, 84, 89, and under 84.70s. So with the amount of buying that I saw around 84, 80s, 84, 90s, I figured I do not want to be sitting on this trade. I'm going to take my money, I'm going to walk out with it, and I believe I did the right thing over there, because eventually it does come back through my average price, and I would have been in the negative or probably closed it for a loss, knowing me. Overall, obviously we would have been in the money still on Starbucks and Affirm if we were holding these trades. No big deal. You can't win them all. You can't, but you for sure can lose them all if you're not careful. That's something maybe I'm gonna stick with now. You can't win them all, but you for sure can lose them all.
Yeah, look, others signing me that you're saying words of wisdom. And here's someone brought that THCA name. I didn't see any news, but I can see that it was halted twice today at 10 and at 12. 14% to the upside and almost 2 million volume on that name.
I think I'm dying.
Oh no.
This mango drink is killing me or something.
Expired?
I don't know what's going on. This mango drink is killing me, dude. This mango drink legit is killing me. There's something wrong with this mango drink, and I'm still gonna keep drinking it. Anyways, THCA on NASDAQ got called out in chat, doing 1.9 million, 2 million shares so far. Let's see what it's gonna do. THCA, 37 relative volume. I did not expect that. I'll be honest. I thought it would be lower than 1 at the moment, but it is absolutely going to the upside, and then doing tons of volume with it. 13% to the upside today. THCA SPAC targeting the cannabis industry for your information. I was just going to ask that question. You know, with the ticker THCA, is it related to THC by any chance? So thank you for putting that in the chat. Super SPAC man. I love it. So you're covering SPACs for me in the chat, and your name is Super SPAC man. That's awesome. Thank you for throwing that in the chat for us.
Absolutely. And another name, Brad, rocket ship. It's still your face on. Here we go. And boom, LGVN keep going. We now broke that $15 level. Looking at the higher time frame, this is 15.26 level, and after that we could spike all the way to $16. How you guys think? Will we go anywhere near 16 today?
Yeah, LGVN. So as I mentioned, we got these levels mapped out. We want to see how it does around these levels. So it is about to go back into those $15, $16 as Miss V just mentioned. And this range, this box bottom is 1566, which also happens to be the range high of the actual candle, not the let me do this. Let me do this right here. So that high, 1561. I think we'll see some rejection from 1561 to 1566 on this up move for Longeveron, LGVN. LGVN all the way as usual. Muscle Man Alpha stock. Yes, sir or ma'am. Obviously, LGVN helping a lot of you people make some money today. 18% with 11 million shares and just rocking. Absolutely rocking. And look at that volume candle in the last 3 minutes. Happens to be the largest candle of the day. So looks like it can't stop just yet and won't stop just now. Go higher, Prad. I don't know what stock we're talking about at this point. If anyone knows what they're doing with warrants of THCA, aka THCAW, have seen a huge move in the past week or so. Thank you for that one also. Bop. Awesome. ATER hovering near low at day 330 is surely in the cards now to the downside. ATER was on the watch list yesterday. Let's see what it's doing at the moment. Apparently, it is hovering near the lower days, and it is 330 is surely in the cards. So you're looking for even more of a down move with the possible breakout of the lower day, which is 355. Yeah, 355 lower day breakout to $3.30 on ATER. Let's see what levels I have mapped out from yesterday. We were looking at this high from yesterday, which was around $4 or so. Obviously, that $4 short came in. Today opened up slightly above 4, it looks like. Where did we open up? We opened up at... where did we open? ATER opening at 382 and going to the downside ever since, and not even being able to go to VWAP after looks like 350 or sorry 950 and so on. So struggling a little bit on ATER, but let's see if we get a bounce off the lower day as it's trying to. Looking for a reversal on SoFi. SoFi was above $10 at one point, and now we're back to $9.35. There is some size on SoFi though on the Edge X book. We're seeing about 147,000 shares sit on the downside over here at the lower day. So maybe there could be a trade over here to be making on SoFi. Let's see if these guys are printing the size on SoFi. They're printing it, so it's a legitimate order. It's not a fake order. So in that case, let's just take the order and see if they can give us a trade long on 936. I'll try to take some half print also. Let me see if they can give me a mid print. They did not. They only gave me some on mid print. We're gonna try for some more on mid print here. They're not going to give me any mid prints because I'm on the right direction, so I'm just going to keep on trying until they do so. Give me some mid prints. I don't want to cross over. Give me mid prints. Neil, can you tell them to give me mid prints? Look at these guys. They don't give me mid prints. All right, whatever. SoFi has size on 935, so about 144,000 shares sitting on. I'm using Super. Okay. Neil's trying to tell me to use a different key over there because it should feel faster. At this point, let me just throw out a stop at $9.35 break because I don't want to be sitting on this order at all if $9.35 breaks. So $9.34, not 94, $9.34, and let's throw it our whole order over there. See if they want to fill us to the upside. And now we just hold this long opportunity on SoFi, possible bounce coming in off that 150,000 shares on SoFi. Today we've already traded about 23 million shares, and 150,000 shares times 935 equals only $1.4 million. So realistically, if I want to wipe out that level, I could easily wipe out that level. That's why I'm not taking too much size, but I'm taking pretty decent enough of a size for me to make a big winner if that level holds up. And that level's not going to hold up. Thank goodness we have that order out there. Did not take too much of a hit. We only took a 1 penny hit on that order. But overall, we had some mid-print set in there too. So maybe we took like 1.5 penny hit on that order at best. So very well happy with that quick little order escape that I had on that one.
But real quick, guys, we are not even at 500 likes yet, 495 right now. So please, if you forgot or have been busy, I remind you, now is the perfect time to do so. 2,677 people are watching us right now, and each of your likes means so much to us, and we really hope you will find strength and will smash that like button.
Indeed.
Tesla buy.
Tesla going lower? So market actually taking out the lower day once again and going lower. So as expected, Tesla, man.
You have the
yeah, I didn't see that over there. Tesla still going to the downside now, giving you multiple dollars in the money. I wish I actually took that trade myself on the lower day breakout call out. $10 per share in the money on Tesla. Absolute beauty for anyone who's in this trade. Smoke it, baby. I absolutely smoke it. But S&P 500 is about 10-15 points away from that support level that I'm looking at least a possible support level. And if that level goes out, then we got more levels to the downside that we can focus on. So far, not seeing any more size on the book. Let's go check out where Palantir is. Palantir well under $14, now down 14. Now down almost 5% on the day on Palantir. This would be technically where I would like to look for a long on Palantir, well below $14, around support areas near 1382 or so, 1390s. Obviously, market about to go much lower and test the lower day over there. If market takes out the lower day, we don't want to be thinking about a long just yet. But if market does not want to take out the lower day, we will try to take a. Okay, they don't want to, whatever. We'll just take out the liquidity over there. Let's take a small long on Palantir, see if we can work with it. Lower day, 1386. So at the end, we don't want to go much lower than 1386. That's why I'm not taking too much size on this trade. We're taking just enough size to lose what we want to lose in case 1386 does take off. And the lower day is that. Bang. And now let's see if Palantir wants to rip in the way for us. If 14 starts going off in the right direction, we can add a little bit on the break of 14 to the north side. But at the moment, I don't want to be doing too much with this. And I actually need to go focus on this stock over here. Let me go do that. All right, now we can come back. And Twitter. Twitter actually back to the lower days, looking like a 100 period EMA long possible incoming on Twitter over here, 51.50. I'm actually going to take that long and I'm going to risk it all the way till $51 break. If $51 breaks on Twitter, then obviously we can get out. Looks like we're going to try to head lower on the S&P 500. NASDAQ is still going down, and those levels that I was mentioning earlier on the S&P 500, 45.35 to 45.20, or sorry, was it 45.30 to 45.25? I think that's what I said earlier. So we'll wait for those numbers to come in. And this point, maybe we walk away from Twitter. Actually, I don't like this long anymore when market's going down. I really don't know why I'm in here at the moment when market's coming down. This is pretty stupid.
Long on Twitter?
Yeah, this is pretty stupid though. But the support should be around 100 period EMA, which is fine. We'll see what the market wants to do. We'll get out of this one if Twitter wants to give us an entry closer to 51. I think that's where I want to be. I do want to be closer to 51. We'll get out of this one right quick.
TKAT is another one who's trying to go higher, just 2 million volume on the day, but here came some big volume candles in the name, spiked the stock higher, still negative territory, down 3%, but nice jump to the upside for TKAT, Chinese art company.
This guy said I'm on paper account. Well, maybe you can ask Neil if on paper account or live account, because I'm pretty sure I'm on my live account. So, and some other person said, why your trade's not hitting the book? That's because you're not looking clearly enough. I'm not sure. So, obviously, I can show you right here what this says. Right, let me show you what this says. My username and live trading. Right, you see how it says live trading? If I was to sign out and sign into my TMS trading, this will say TMS trading. So check yourself before you wreck yourself on there, bud. Come on. Coming back to DOGE. Where is the DOGE going on the downside today? I'm expecting cryptocurrencies were down on the whole day. Wow, Dogecoin up 13% today. What is Dogecoin doing? What the heck? Dogecoin on 13% move up today, and while Bitcoin is actually down 1.4%, Ethereum down 1.5%. What is Dogecoin doing this for? This is very surprising to me. Is Dogecoin in positive territories for me then? I'm guessing. I'm in the money on Dogecoin is my guess, basically. We'll see if I am or not at this point. Insane. Big move on Dogecoin over there. Big move. Elon will use Dogecoin for Twitter tips. You know what? There could be something there. You're not wrong. There could be something there that is based on Elon.
Prad, I just
Smart
bought the TKAT. Second ago it was down 3%. Now we're up 3%. What a beautiful jump for that TKAT. Maybe we can take a look at higher time frame. TKAT on AM.
TKAT. So TK8. Sorry.
Cool.
I trust you, buddy, but I do not see the left side stock of the name long or short, which is why we got earlier. Not sure what you're talking about. Anyways, moving on. TKAT. I know the stock was being called out yesterday. TKAT was moving out around quite a bit. So this is what I remember right here, moving up and holding pretty well on the pre-market. Sorry, not pre-market, off the VWAP, but eventually going lower than VWAP. Looking like it wants to set up like that one more time. Moving up right now. I'm expecting relative volume to be around 2. What is TKAT at? Around 2.44. Pretty good guess on that side, if you ask me. And trying to move back above $4. But if you look at yesterday's high of 480, 460, I think those levels are going to come into play one more time. Right now, we're actually battling the $4 level itself, which happens to be the bottom of right here, this range right here, $4. So we'll see if it can actually manage to get above it and stay above it for TKAT. But right now, we're seeing a little bit of a battle, without a doubt, on this very said stock. Going to Prad. Elon said he will make an app with Dogecoin instead. He took Twitter over. Cool. I didn't. Obviously, I'm gonna have to confirm that on myself over there. But obviously, Dogecoin up 13%. Twitter up another good 7% off the pre-market, 9% actually off pre-market. Now up only 5% because of the market wants to go to the downside. S&P 500 bouncing off of, looks like at 45, 30 something. So this is the time where if the S&P 500 wants to bounce off of those levels, this is it. I'll go back into my long without a problem on Twitter over here. You're ready? Looks like Brandon is actually ready for his Trader of the Day. So whenever Miss V is ready to show it, yeah, right, Twitter. Screw you. The thing, yeah, I don't really know what I want to do with Twitter over here. We'll think about it while Brandon gets on and talks about it. What's up, Brandon?
What's up, Brad? How are you doing?
Pretty having a decent day. How about yourself? You know,
Oh,
obviously I'm on paper account, so I'm having a great day on paper account.
Well,
you know,
you get fills, right?
Yeah, I get all the fills on paper account. None of the losses matter. That's what the chat thinks over here, that we're just trading paper account all day.
Yeah, so today I traded Tesla, and I had 2 key levels this morning, and unfortunately I didn't follow through with them. So the first level was kind of like the closing price of yesterday, and it was also the pre-market high, which was this 11.45.45 level. So I missed that in the morning, and I kind of chased it up to 11.50. And the thing with Tesla today is there's no liquidity. So if you don't get out right away when you're in the money, the stock will turn on you quick, and that's what happened to me at 11.50. So I did take a small winner here. I got most out. But I blinked and didn't have my stop in fast enough, and I lost more than I should have on this trade. And then if we continue on to later in the day, the market was coming back. It was looking strong, and I think I punched in maybe as soon as that news came out about Fed Powell being a little more hawkish. So once again, I punch in, I blink, and I'm out of the money. How many dollars here? Way too many. 44 to 35. Oof, that one hurt. So fortunately enough, I didn't have too many shares here because I wasn't that convicted in the position. But once again, like this isn't a level that I wanted to take at all. But for some reason, I'm trying to freestyle during the market during market hours, and anytime I do that, I end up kind of getting into some trouble. The level I really liked is kind of like the setup I usually go for on Tesla is like low a day short. So the first low a day short would have been this 135, 136 area. And if I did hit that short, instead of panicking and messing up in this position, I would have got a nice win. But hey, like that's the part of trading is you're going to get yourself in bad positions, unfortunately. And it's how you respond, which really shows what kind of trader you are. So even though the first long went okay, not amazing, and the second long went terribly, I still like the short, and I took my biggest share size position in Tesla. So I still stuck to my plan, hit a low a day short. I hit it, bid to get out, and essentially almost break even on this trade after that colossal mess up. And sometimes with Tesla, you put your hand in the cookie jar a little too much. So I went for another short, didn't work, but this is like how I know I'm getting better at trading is if this was a month ago or 2 months ago, I would have kept trading. But I know like today is just not working. I took four stabs at Tesla and didn't really profit too much from it. Left with the small loss, so I kind of walked away. And Tesla's been kind of going crazy today as it usually does. So overall pretty negative day on Tesla. But that I came here to show you guys hopefully a trade where you could learn. In summary, stick to your levels. If you have levels, focus on that levels. Freestyling a tough stock with, especially one that has a big spread, is going to get you burned, and that's what happened to me today.
Yeah, thank you for your trade share today. Obviously, as I said not too long ago, you can't win all of them, but you can lose all of them for sure. So good job on maintaining your composure through every single loss. And I'm actually going to have to cut you off right now because Twitter is going kind of crazy. So thank you, Brandon, for coming on. Guys, Twitter actually went back to $51 over there, and looks like it's going to get, thank you for the trade, buddy. Twitter come back to $51 and is looking for some opportunities. Maybe we can look for a better long. And remember how I said I want to look for a long near 51? This is exactly close to 51. So how much closer can you get on Twitter over here when we're looking for this opportunity? Keep in mind the market is continuing to go lower. Market is now showing you that Tesla 45, 35 area that I was talking about. So playing around below 51 over here. Maybe this is where I cross over and look for a long. There you go. I punched in my long on Twitter. Already 10 cents in the money off that long, and playing around quite a bit. A lot of volatility, a lot of volume moving around still. Let's start filtering the tape for 199 shares above only. That way we don't see any of the noise, the shares that are really taking place to the downside, that are garbage, that are noise for us. We don't want to be focused on that at the moment. So we are in a tiny position long on Twitter. Bigger position than we did from the 100 period EMA, obviously, because we're very close to the pre-market lows and close to supports from previous past on Twitter over here. So good little move down, giving us the opportunity to maybe load up on the long side, but keep in mind still could go down and could turn into flat on Twitter before actually giving you that opportunity to actually go long. But keep in mind to not take too much size based on your stop. Figure out where your stop is and size up accordingly to that. DraftKings and crypto. DraftKings apparently moving around. This chair sucks. DraftKings currently 5% to the downside and not really moving to the north side. So obviously not sure why you called out DraftKings. Maybe because it's moving to the downside. But obviously, yeah, DraftKings and once again below $20. We already looked at cryptocurrency not too long ago. Cryptocurrency was absolutely red except for Dogecoin, which was up 13% and could have been something that was actually moving off of the whole Twitter Elon Musk conglomerate or deal that's going on over there in general. Let's go back to real quick to Twitter to take a look at how our longs looking. Ooh, our longs are looking nice now, 15 cents in the money on Twitter. Once it does get back to the 100 period EMA and consolidates at the 100 period EMA, I'm going to look for another long add opportunity at the 100 period EMA, but that's going to require the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 to start moving up north for me. Keep in mind, it is only 12:35 Eastern Standard Time. We still got lunchtime for another 30 minutes, officially lunchtime for another 30 minutes, which means volume could still be dead for a little bit longer, or volume could start picking up from here on out all the way into 2 o'clock, all the way into 3 o'clock, which is power hour, sour hour, as some of you have coined it. Whatever the coin is for that time of the day, we'll be ready for the trade opportunities that arise during that time. All right. So Twitter's still playing around near 51 so far. Twitter broke support. Twitter has supported the downside still. So even though it broke support at 51.50, I think there's still support at the downside. Obviously, that's my trade. You're more than welcome to not be on that trade with me. And if it doesn't rebound, that means the last market rise was a fluke. Last market rise for S&P 500. Yeah, well, I did say the last rise on the market was a fluke in my opinion. I didn't believe in that rise up over there because we have to go test support at 45.25 in my opinion. So until we actually go test support at 45.25, I don't really think there's anything there. Twitter's still trying to go to the downside over here. Look at the amount of size that we're actually trading to the downside. 2,000 shares, 3,000 shares. Still a lot of volume being taken place on the downwards move here. So that doesn't excite me for the long at the moment. Makes me want to actually take a small loss over here and get back in closer to a different price point, kind of like what we did over here at 51.50. We're about 20 cents out of the money right now on Twitter long. We'll see if Twitter wants to go back up or does market want to go back down. Looks like market indeed will play around to the lows a little bit, so we'll just let Twitter play around a little bit more. I'm not worried that I'm going to make some tacos. I'm so not worried that I'm going to make some tacos. Awesome. Taco Tuesday, obviously. I haven't seen our taco eater. Where's Taco Eater? I think that was his name, Taco Eater. We haven't seen him in a while. He's always the first one to call out Taco Tuesday in the chat. Let me actually do at Taco. Yeah, he's not in the chat. I don't know where he is. Yeah, I think we're just going to take a tiny little loss over here of about 15-20 cents and get back in at a different price point because market doesn't want to bounce just yet. And obviously, there's still a lot of time for the market to actually bounce. We got a lot of time for the market to figure out if it wants to bounce. And Palantir, we already have a stop on Palantir. Looks like we're only 2 pennies away from getting stopped out on this trade, at which point, obviously, it would be great to get back long at a different price point. Looks like Sean has something to share with us. Part of becoming a successful trader is having the ability to switch gears on momentum's notice. Today, we thought AMD would have great strength due to yesterday's close. However, after the first 30 minutes, all longs basically got wiped out and got turned into shorts. So he flipped into a short, switched it up, started going short, and the purple ticks are basically short entries with the greens being the out, and the red ticks are basically long exits with the greens being the entries. So beautiful flip around and still holding some for some profits over there. As you guys can see, he just now got some out at the bottom over there on Apple, sorry, not Apple, AMD. So Sean just smoking it. Make sure you go follow the man on Twitter over there. Follow Neil, follow Brandon, all of them posting tons of educational content and even news on Brandon's news profile over there, or Twitter profile, where he posts news channels all the time. Here's the S&P 500 bounce from the level that I mentioned maybe 45.35 to 45.25, 45.30 to 45.25. We want to see how the stocks behave around these levels. But I think the market could still go a little lower if it wants to go test supports. But right now, we are already seeing the bounce that I was talking about, which is taking our pound tier back into the money, Twitter back into the money, and our other longs, which have been in the money for the whole day. What y'all think the market will look like tomorrow? I'll let the chat answer it. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't like to predict stuff in general, so I will just let the chat answer that. Tomorrow is going to be another red day, says B. So there you go. SPY back above 453. Let's go up now. SPY could very well move up now. Obviously, I don't know what the relative number for SPY is in comparison to the S&P 500 futures. I look at the futures. So if I do pull up the if I look at the futures right now and look at this, looks like, yeah, the 450 level, what you're looking at is actually 45.40 level that I'm looking at on the futures. So 45.40 on ES is exactly the 453 around level that you're keeping an eye on. Maybe a crash. Oh, you guys are still talking about the market move over there. Okay. Fake pop still got some distance to go down. Could be very well the answer over there for this move that we're seeing at the moment. Could be very, very easily a fake pop and go back to the downside. Show us more weakness on this position. For lunchtime, this was a pretty strong hour. I don't know if it's that strong, but it's not bad either. Obviously, there's some sort of strength over here in the market right now. Volume is not really volume has increased a little bit from before, obviously, but not to a drastic level where we can make insane trades out of. Still quite a bit of a time left in the market. Movers over here, obviously. We are about 20 minutes into 20 minutes left for lunchtime, and we still have another an hour left with market movers, and then 2 o'clock you get thrown into the closing show with Neil, Sean, Brendan, at which point maybe the volume picks up a little bit, but for the most part we're waiting for the 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock power hour, which will bring in the most of the volume in the market that everyone's looking for. Maybe strong April after that big crash like 2000s and 2008. At least that is what the history charts are telling me. Maybe a strong April after a big crash like 2000 and 2008. So still waiting for doomsday according to people across the board. People are waiting for a possible destruction across the board for the markets. Obviously, anything is possible. I don't predict the markets. I trade them on that day. So I will talk about it tomorrow when that day shows up. I will not predict it for you. I cannot predict it for you. Oh, this mango drink is putting... All right. This price action has been cool. QQQ has room to dip to 359. If it bounces off 362, should see a swing up to dip to 359 and then bounce off of that, is what I'm guessing you're saying. So yeah, we'll see what happens. The market is indeed trying to move up right now, as I mentioned earlier. Doge has gone parabolic. Doge has indeed gone parabolic, and it has me confused without a doubt. I am very confused. I'll be honest about it. I don't know why we're seeing this type of move on Dogecoin right now. 65, 18, 500, 500, 500, 250, 250. Okay, coming back to you guys. I don't understand why we're seeing the move we're seeing on Dogecoin. I'll be 100% honest, but that's a pretty wild move to be. Come on, like that's pretty wild. 13% move on Dogecoin today. This is a 5-minute chart. This is the daily chart. So look at that. So 14% almost, 13.5. Insanity what we're witnessing right here on cryptocurrency. Well, not all crypto, but in Dogecoin in specific. Obviously getting squoze to the north side, thanks with the help of Elon Musk and Twitter and Tesla and everything along those lines. And speaking of Tesla, we have the Tesla queen back in her chair.
Yes, she is. Where's Tesla at?
I'm gonna go to the washroom quick, okay?
Absolutely. And hey guys, just came from lunch. We had some cheese tortellini with grilled Italian sausage. All right, here's the chat, and let's see what Tesla doing since I'm Tesla queen. Tesla. We're still at that 1096 area. Remember, guys, I was talking with you about that 1104, 1095 levels. So let's see where we will go. If we'll break it lower, hopefully we will stay in that area, and Tesla will find its bottom in this 1090s, but low of the day 1090 for Tesla. But again, it's not that bad, just $50 down, which is absolutely normal for Tesla. Since we just had Brandon who joined Day Trade the World not that long time ago, guys, let's see best top 10 traders that Day Trade the World from yesterday. On the first place, we have someone who made 37,000 trading Chicago, Nasdaq, New York, and NYMX. On the second place, someone who made 15,000 trading European markets. Third place, 11,000 profit on AMX, Nasdaq, New York, and fourth and fifth place, 10,000 trading American markets and also some European markets. Great job, and again, proud to be part of Day Trade the World. And guys, I will send you the link on the chat if you want to join or learn more about our trading platform. You're more than welcome to do so. And the only thing, it's not available in the US due to the regulations. Other than that, you can join Day Trade the World, trade with us in our trading platform everywhere in the world. Alexander says that scam Valeria cursed me out. That's true, Alex. I just saw your message. Still a lot of scammers on the social media. So guys, the only thing to protect you from them is to be aware, and that's our main Instagram page. I would suggest you, if any of the members of Trader TV Live starting to follow you, go to our homepage and check if the main account follow those. So if you go here, 6 people following, and those are all legit: Sean, Prad, Day Trade the World, Brandon, Valeria, and Neil, of course. So guys, please be aware. Make sure you do not sell or buy anything from scammers. Everything we sell is our membership, which is $5 per month, our merchandise, and if you want to purchase our platform. But for those requires, so let me know. I will send you the Gmail where you can find more and ask your question. XRG Gaming, is Tesla going to bounce? That's a good question. I think Tesla will definitely bounce, but we need more positivity in the markets for that. QQQ is now down 2%, nearing low of the days. So we need more positivity overall in the markets for Tesla, I believe, to show strength to go higher. But we're still at a great level, 1093. I like it. We easily can come back to 1100s maybe tomorrow or this week for sure.
Yeah, so looks like we're still waiting for that bounce. We got a tiny little pop up, a 5-point pop from 45.35 area, but still not really anything going on in the market. Volume still dead. Obviously, the 10 minutes, 15 minutes left for lunchtime over here. We'll figure out what the market wants to do in about 15 or and maybe in the next 30 minutes or so. We'll see what happens. Wow. Okay. Anyways, I'm not even reading that comment. Moving on. 1080. Well, oh, you're talking about Tesla, I'm guessing, with the 1080 numbers. So yeah, anything is going on. I'm gonna actually screenshot that message to Sean. That way he sees it and he gets in contact with you for that deal that you're looking for. Yeah, we don't sell anything, but maybe Sean will be interested in selling those to you. Sean, you see that? Yeah. All right. Thoughts on SBFM going for done, he says. Thoughts on SBFM. SBFM. 1 ETH, eh? Damn, bro. You're expensive, bro. Damn. Okay, I see you, Sean. Sean over here running some real trades. Sean's working some real trades over there. All right, SBFM being called out in the chat. Obviously, the stock has been so strong all day. Relative volume has gone down quite a bit off the open. SBFM, I believe, was at a 200 relative, sorry, not 200, 122 relative volume, if I remember correctly. Now we're looking at 81. Obviously, you can tell that by just looking at the volume candles, depreciating quite a bit off the opening itself. Now trading 107 million shares today. And anytime a stock trades over 100 million shares, that's a lot of volume, right? The float on of SBFM is what? 3 million float, trading 100 million shares today, and trying to find support in front of, looks like, the 50 period EMA. This is the 5-minute chart you guys are looking at today, 50 period EMA, and I'm gonna actually get out from Palantir for a loser because I had a stop that I canceled my stop, but oh, good thing, I guess I'm not gonna get out for a loser because it just dropped from my stop by a penny. So good thing I canceled my stop over there. We're still gonna hold on for this, but the second time it takes out the low a day, we're gonna get out for a loser without a doubt. Market indeed trying to go back north one more time, but still stuck in the same range, so not really moving up crazy, but trying to. Maybe we'll see some consolidation action for 30 minutes, I'm guessing. Just throwing out a number out there. For 30 minutes, I'm guessing, and then eventually we'll see some volume coming back into the market once people come back to their computers after going to the lunch breaks and whatnot. Twitter now 20 cents in the money. What's going on with Twitter? I'm not sure. Let's go find out. Twitter 20 cents in the money, trying to go back to the 100 period EMA. Let's see if we can continue this move over here. Looks like we're actually going to see that move up quite faster than 30 minutes. That would be extra, says Douglas PC. I'm guessing you're talking about the 30 minutes that I was talking about. So maybe, yeah, it could be. Oh, maybe you're talking about something else. Sorry, Miss Finn?
About Fitbits?
Fitbit? They're talking about Fitbit?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But that will be a little bit extra.
All right. All right, where are we going? AMC, please report the account. We were trying to get verified, but that won't stop them. That is true. Yes, that is true. I didn't even know we were trying to get verified. That would be pretty cool. Blue check mark next to our names. We were actually trying to do that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Cool. And real quick, Prad, our good friend, the Playmaker88, really wants to get his like number 666 team. We are super close. We need just around 46 to be clear, 46 likes for him to be able to do so. So please, if you didn't like this video yet, do so right now. 2,500 people, please.
Yeah, smash. Help out the Playmaker 88. Obviously, I won't be able to take that like number today because I was like number 7. ESM22 is actually moving up faster than I thought it would. I said maybe another 30 minutes before we see a pop. It said no, Pratt, 3 minutes. So we're moving up right now, actually, and that's actually helping out my Twitter trade, which is already in the money by 30 cents now. So remember when I said I actually don't like this long, I want to be closer to 51, and now my average is actually 51 flat. So that's the overall plan on the trade. It's actually something that Sean and I were talking about yesterday. Sean and I were talking about after the day finished about what could be one of my issues on trading. And Sean said, Pratt, I think one of your issues in trading is actually an issue that I used to have back in my day, which is impatience. We know where we want to take our fill, but we take our fill earlier just because we think we're going to miss our trade out. Why don't you just take that fill at 51? If you want to wait for 51, why take it at 51.50? And thank you for him saying that today. I said, I'm going long here, and I'm doing the same thing that Sean and I were talking about yesterday. Why don't I just get out of this for a loser? I took like 2 pennies of a loss over here, and I got back in exactly where I wanted to, and it's actually working for me. We're 40 cents in the money. We're ripping up in the right direction. Obviously, I'm very blessed to be in the position such as being able to bother Sean, Neil, Greg, Valeria, even Luca over here, any of the trainees, anytime I want. I'm in such a blessed position to bother them and learn from them. So I'm just thankful for that opportunity. So hopefully you guys get to learn from conversations that I learn, and I get to talk to you about them, because look at this trade we're looking at right now. Twitter 40 cents in the money, and I have no reason to take profits yet. I have absolutely zero reason to take profits, and as Neil always says, when the trade's working for you, hold on to it. hold on to it. And now we're actually getting ready to add to this position on the possible break of 5150, which would put the stock above the 100 period EMA and give me a better base to build around, which would be this 100 period EMA, because I don't think we go back down here as long as the NASDAQ and S&P 500 don't go back down there.
Isa Mohammed entered the chat with super chat for Miss Beauty Valeria. Thank you, Isa. Love you. Sending all the positive vibes and energy. I hope you are enjoying your day. And I believe this is 7th or 6th super chat. So thank you so much, Isa. You're the best. And also someone said like, I won't like because you're pumping. Guys, we're not pumping. We are asking you to like, because again, it helps our channel to grow, to attract more people. There are things like YouTube algorithm, you can Google it. And yeah, it's just pleasant that we are all here together. We cannot see you, we only can talk to you. But if we see your like, it's kind of also show your presence. And we just passed 666 likes, so Playmaker, I hope you did this.
Wait, so we're pumping a Twitter long from 51. So wait, we're pumping a Palantir long from the low of days. So wait, we're pumping a futures long from support areas. What kind of comment is that, my friend? We're not pumping anything. We're actually trading stocks. It's actually people in chat who make me pull up stocks such as you know, some of the low float stocks that are not doing any volume. SMBF is actually not a pump and dump stock either. It's a stock that's doing a ton of volume. It could be a pump and dump stock in the near future, but just putting those comments out there will you know, sway the chat away from the direction that they're looking for. So I would urge you to, you know, figure out what an actual pump and dump is. A lot of people on Twitter do that. We do not do pump and dumps over here, because we are not looking for you to be our exit strategy. We actually have our exit strategy, which is fighting algorithms. Luca can make a movie about it, which is called Man versus Machine. Luca can make like 3 full Terminator 1, 2, and 3 off of his trading over there. Man versus Machine, right? So it's not we're not pumping anything. So please, if you do think we're doing that, that's not us. That ain't us. We're not that chat, people. We're not that chat.
100%. It's only me pumping like button, but sorry, that's who I am. Isa Mohammed sent 7 super chat for me, and guys, it's the biggest super chat Isa ever sent to me so far. Isa, thank you. As I remember, you're in Dubai, so I send you all the love from Toronto to Dubai. You're the best. I just love you.
We love you too, Isa. Even though you don't send me any donation, I love you too.
Isa.
Even though
Isa.
Isa?
Isa.
Isa. What did I say?
I don't know.
Lisa?
Maybe you would like Neil thought that it pronounced differently.
No, Isa sounds.
Isa?
EISA
Yeah.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Isa. Aisa? Maybe it's Aisa or
Isa.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe him or he or she should tell us what it is.
Spell us.
Yeah. All right. We're waiting for some of these stocks to move back into the north side. So NASDAQ still hanging out in the same territories. We're seeing NASDAQ kind of see some rejection around the previous consolidation lows around, 14,900 or so. Let's see if it can break through 14,900 and reclaim some of those levels to the high side. I'm actually looking at Activision right now, which is out of the money by 3 pennies for me. And going back to Twitter once again back to flat on the day. You know, this is why we said we want to not flat on the day, sorry, back to flat on my position on Twitter. This is why I said I want to wait before I add to my Twitter position. I want to confirm off that break and actually hold above the 100 period EMA before I add to my position. So for now, we're just gonna let Twitter do what Twitter wants to do. S&P 500, which is ES M22CM, once again coming down coming back to the downside. Maybe no, we're still trying to go up. So that's a good thing for the longs. That's a good thing for the longs.
Lone Sophos sent a super chat especially for Prad. This is for Prad. I love you, my brother. Thank you so much, Lone Sophos. And
I feel like I baited Lone into sending that donation.
Okay.
So thank you, Lone, for that. Get baited, buddy. Get baited. But no, I appreciate it. At the end of the day, for Isa or for Pratt, it is for the Trader TV umbrella. All of it goes into making Mark work harder and put more cameras up. So for all of that donations and for all the super chats, thank you very much.
For English courses for Valeria.
For English Corso?
Courses.
What's that? Oh,
English
courses.
You
Whoever.
see?
No,
You
no.
just showed us
No,
that I need those.
No, Miss B, I heard wrong. That's it. I heard wrong. Okay, here's something that I actually learned on my journey at MLM companies. So which is like pyramid schemes. You know what pyramid schemes
Yeah.
are? So I used to work for a pyramid scheme like about 5 years ago.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking about pyramid scam.
Pyramid
know?
scam
Oh,
scheme,
yeah?
pyramid
Yeah,
scam,
cool.
pyramid scheme, yeah. But in those, I learned actually a very valuable thing is when actually forget it. It goes if you say something to someone and they don't understand it, it's your fault for not explaining it in a way that they don't understand it.
That's
So-
how scam works, right?
No. That's a scam, yes. In a way, yes.
You didn't
Yes.
understand me.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Cool.
Yeah,
Very
pyramid
good.
scheme, pyramid scam. They're the same things though. At the end, and stay away from them. Stay
Yeah, oh,
away.
yeah.
Stay away. I lost so much money doing that.
Really?
Yeah, I lost like over $3,000 doing that when I was a kid, and I didn't even have $3,000 to lose.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can lose a ton of money doing that nonsense. But you can also make a ton of money doing that nonsense, right? You can also make a ton of money doing that. Tell us the MLM scam. Oh, I was in Vima, and I was in I forget what the other one's called, but I was in Vima, and I really actually forget what the other one's called, to be honest. Pratt, how many people fell for your scam? I didn't sell to anybody. I couldn't sell to anybody. I actually got scammed myself. I was at the bottom of the table or at the bottom of the pyramid, what they say, and I tried to incorporate people under me to put them under me, but it just didn't work. I was not somebody who could sell garbage to people. Eventually I figured out what I was doing, and I was like, this is bad. Why would I do this? And this is just an absolute scam. Let me walk away from here. And that's what I did eventually.
Great job. You learned from that, right?
Yeah.
And we have a super chat in here from CJ&I. Thank you so much. Can you look at XPON, please? So pulled up Spawn, Expo N. Why my chart didn't upload it? Yeah, here we go. We are down more than 8%, but like kind of I'm more worried about it. Only 400,000 volume on a $6 stock. So I also don't see any significant news. So I don't even know what to tell about this one.
Mr. PS is saying, I'll have a BMW in 90 days. It was a Mercedes, okay? That's what attracted me. Not a BMW, because that doesn't excite me. It was a Mercedes. That's what had me entrapped. Missy, what stock were you looking at over there?
XPON.
XPON. XPON?
Yeah, no, XPON on Nasdaq.
Nasdaq. Okay, thank you. XPON on Nasdaq, 500,000 shares, as Miss V probably already mentioned, down almost 10% on SSR already. So it was more than 10% at one point, and I can see that right here on the break of 6 to the downside. All right, let's quickly go to XPON relative volume leader. XPON relative volume, really low on the volume leader. I was actually expecting that because obviously 500,000 shares traded only, but I wanted to be a little careful because in case it had more than 2 or 3 relative volume over there on XPON, obviously very, very illiquid, not really doing a whole lot much over here for EX or XPON. Prad, if you don't like BMW, then forget about cars, man. No, I'm more Mercedes. And I didn't say BMW is bad. I'm just more Mercedes based and Porsche based. Yeah, I don't think BMW is bad in any form. I just like different companies. I like Porsche. I like Mercedes. I like your German-based companies. What is BMW? Is BMW German?
Yes.
BMW German? Okay, yeah, nothing wrong with BMW. I know they make Rolls Royces, which are actually some of the greatest cars in the world. Yeah, Munich, Germany, BMW. There was actually a joke in the Indian culture, which is BMW stands for Bharat Motor Works, and Bharat means India. So, Mera Bharat Mahan, it's a Bharat Motor Works, which is a running joke in India too. I think that joke also runs in British, which is British Motor Works, BMW. So, Bavarian Motor Works. Yeah, any country with the B, I guess. What is it? Bangladesh Motor Works, right? Any Barbados Motor Works, any country with the B in it ended up making their country name out of it. But obviously, no, I don't have any opinions on BMW versus other car companies. I just like what I like. Porsche being my number one. Coming back to Palantir, which is now in the money and going towards the north side, well above $14 now. Actually was above $14, but let's see if we can put 14 back on the bids. If we can reclaim 14.1, I might just add to my position. If we take out 14.14 over here, I might just add to my position 14. Let's go 16, 14, 16. Let's go 14, 20. That way we get slipped up to that. No, we don't even need to slip up that far. Let's just do 17 in case it does go there. We'll get filled on that break, and then we'll ride it a little bit more to the north side while it's working for us. So Palantir now up about 31 cents in the money for us, and it's trying to go more. And Twitter only up, Palantir only up 5 cents, and it's Twitter that's up 30 cents in the money and trying to go once again back above 50 period EMA over here. Let's see if Twitter can manage to do so successfully, which would help us make some money. There we go. Twitter's picking back up. We did take out the 51.50, and now we're gonna cross out and take some more shares to the add position. Now my average is 51.33. Let's see if we can work with this trade a little bit more. Obviously, S&P 500 is starting to go back north side over here. 45.45 on S&P 500. Nasdaq at 14,900 almost. We're at 14,892. And if both of them can start moving up north, we could have a nice little entry on Twitter over here at 51.30 averages, giving us much more money on the day to make. Currently only 17 cents in the money, with our average being over here, and my stop is basically on the reclaim of 51 to the downside. So let me just throw that one out there. We'll do 50.9, 50 point, we'll do 8.5, or we'll do 8.4, and in that case we'll do 50.7 just in case it slips. And then how much size do we have? Awesome. So stop is now set up for Twitter. We got to worry about Palantir, which already did have a stop earlier, but now we don't have a stop. We have an entry stop, which means it's gonna give us more shares on the way up if it's working out for us. Prad may share a bit on how you avoid a false breakout. How you avoid a false breakout, for example, don't take it. Just simply don't take it. I know it sounds very stupid the way I just put it, but it's actually very simple, because false breakouts happen all the time. It's the nature of the market. They will happen because there's stops on the even dollar number, and there's also options, right? So options writers will move the stock close to $1 by hedging for it. We've seen this happen with Tesla. Along with that, market makers will punch the stock through an even dollar level on the upside, or back through an even dollar level on the downside, to see where the stops are. And once the stops are burnt, they will get filled long on the downside. So for example, on 14 over here, how to confirm that 14 long is the right number? Instead of actually getting long 14 on the way down, you wait for 14 to break, you wait for the stock to go down, consolidate near the bottoms, and then go back to the high side, at which point you build your long, kind of like we did on Twitter over here near 51. You wait for 51 to go downside, 51.80 being the low a day. We gave it a 20-cent room. If it continued more than 51.80, then maybe the lows was the right direction for that trade. But obviously, having to manage to come back in the very next candle on this 5-minute chart, and then managing to go back up over here right now where we added to our position, obviously ruins our average, but we're okay with our average being ruined over there. We're looking for a positive winning trade over here, which will most likely put more money into our pockets for the day, on Twitter especially. And Palantir, we're waiting to see what Palantir wants to do, and you guys are already watching that on your screen most likely.
Brad, the most frustrating stock for me today is SBFM. I mean, I traded only 2 names today, Tesla and this one. Again, I went short at 5.05, showed some sign that it can go lower, but then just reversed back to the upside, now moving sideways. And again, I was looking for it to, like, if it breaks this level now, I will get out. Basically, if we break Viva up on this name, I'm out. But again, it's absolutely fine. I have a fire day on Tesla, and losses on this name are incomparable to my wins on Tesla today.
Fire
Brandon Hain, again, thank you. So many super chats from you. Still learning, just curious, can crypto be shorted, or is the price moved only by buys and sells? Thanks for the knowledge. Do you know if we can short crypto?
I'm just reading your message in our work chat. So Aisa is what I said, I think. Aisa.
Aisa, you
I
said?
think I said Aisa.
Yeah, so the right one is
Aisa.
Aisa,
Okay,
right?
awesome.
Oh,
We're learning.
I got used to Isa so much.
Now you gotta work hard.
Aisa.
Aisa.
Aisa
But I'm sure he
Muhammad.
loves the way you say Isa. He probably finds it cute.
That's
I
fine.
promise you he does.
All right.
And you asked me something about crypto?
Yeah, so we got a super chat. Do you know if we can short crypto? I never tried. Like anyone.
Yeah, you can short crypto.
Okay.
Yeah, but you obviously you need leverage for shorting crypto. And there's tons of brokers out there who will offer you crazy amounts of leverage. We actually have crypto trading, but no one really uses our platform to trade crypto, so there's not going to be any volume except for ourselves trading with it, which doesn't make any sense to obviously use it. But no, for shorting crypto, you obviously can short crypto. It depends on your broker. You got to figure out if your broker has that capability or not. S&P 500 now moving up to 45.50. GBTC or ETHC, so you can also trade pink sheets for GBTC, which is actually Grayscale Bitcoin Ethereum Trust. GBTC on pink sheets and futures. Oh yeah, wait, what's the futures? There's Bitcoin futures for anyone interested. You can short Bitcoin that way also. So there's multiple ways to trade Bitcoin. You can trade BTCC.B on Toronto, which is actually the Canadian dollar equivalent for Bitcoin on Toronto Stock Exchange. So there's multiple ways to trade Bitcoin, and BTCC.U is the American exchange for BTC. It won't be on our system. Okay, it's not on our system, but this is the American exchange equivalent for the Bitcoin price. That is. Isa Kebab, Isa Habibi, Isa K. That sounds like a bad word, though. I don't want to say it, so I'm just gonna not read it. Habibi's a good word, yeah. But the last three letters of the other word over there,
yeah,
I don't want to say that.
Oh.
Yeah, you get it. But no, it's probably a good word. If you said Habibi, then it's probably a good word. Habibi means my love, I think.
Like baby?
Baby or my love, yeah. I think my love is the right translation. Baby is like the
nowadays
street language, yeah.
Right.
So coming back to where we go, it means how are you? Okay, that's cool. I'm learning new words in Arabic too now. That's awesome. Kefak Habibi.
Getting ready to go visit Aisa.
I would love to go to Dubai. Don't get me wrong. I would love to go to Dubai any day. Ford, let's go check out Ford. Ford's making a nice bump off the lows of days. Nasdaq making a beautiful move up along with S&P 500. That means what is moving for me? That's right. It's Twitter. Twitter's moving for me. So that means I'm going to start covering some profits over here on this move up and not be a dummy who just holds on to a whole bag and then watches it reverses on him. So they didn't give me any yeah, right, buddy. All right. We're just going to take out liquidity on the way down instead of sitting on the offers because I don't want to sit on the offers anymore. I'm impatient. All right. How's everyone's Ramadan going? Ooh, I didn't even know it was Ramadan. Yeah, happy Ramadan. Hopefully everyone is, doing well, healthy. I know these are tough times ahead. Ramadan's the one where they fast for 30 days. Right? Yeah. So I hope everyone's healthy, staying strong, and happy Ramadan to everyone who celebrates it. Ding Dong. Looks like someone wants me to look at Ding Dong. DDL, I believe, was the ticker. DDL on New York. Let's go check out what DDL is doing still. DDL is now number 2 on the relative volume leader. Number 1 is THCA. DDL is currently for 30 days. Yeah, I think they're supposed to fast from the morning until sunrise until sunset for 30 days, if I remember correctly. Who's cheating? Wow, don't say that, man. I know a lot of my friends who do that, though. A lot of my friends cheated. I mean, they're children. They cheat.
Yeah.
They're children. Children cheat. You know that. All right, so DDL, 31 million shares today so far traded, and still holding up around $6, which is good for me in my opinion. Not really doing anything bad just yet, but what is not working out is Twitter. Why is it not moving in a faster fashion than it is at the moment? Because obviously S&P 500 almost back to VWAP over here, looking very strong on the futures side, but Twitter is a little bit slow on volume. How do you take out liquidity? So when I'm long, for example, right now on Twitter, all I do is hit the bids. That means I'm taking out liquidity. If I was to sit on the offer, that means I am adding liquidity. So that's the nature of the market. You are either taking out liquidity to be in the trade, or you are adding liquidity to be in the trade. So anytime you are passively sitting on an order book on the left side or the right side, you are a passive trader. You are adding liquidity. Anytime you are being aggressive about taking your order, or taking out size or being in the trade, that is removing liquidity because you're being aggressive. And obviously when you're on a platform like ours over here at Day Trade the World, best platform in the world in my opinion, hands down, when you're a platform like ours over here, you need to know how different gateways operate on different levels, and how those will affect you in terms of fee structures and everything else.
You are a Professor Pratt today, and we have follow-up question in terms of is it possible to short crypto from Brandon Hain. Thank you again for another super chat. So short squeezes can happen in cryptos?
Oh yeah, for sure. If you can short it, they can be squeezed, obviously. So yeah, short squeezes can 100% happen in crypto, and that's exactly what we believe happened not too long ago on Bitcoin. Sean actually mentioned this. If I remember correctly, he said if Bitcoin breaks 42K to the upside, we're going to squeeze all the way up to 48. And we did that exact same move all the way up top. So Sean near perfect called that Bitcoin move not too long ago. And for whoever that capitalized on it, congratulations. And obviously now Bitcoin getting capped out around 48,000 or so. And let's see if we can manage to get back into this 51,000 areas as long as we continue bouncing in front of 45. I do not want to see us go back to this 43 to 30, 39 area, which will make me pretty upset. Twitter coming back down to the 100-period EMA, while the S&P 500 futures keep on rocking to the north side. Here's your S&P 500 futures bouncing off of 43.35 area, which is something I called out, but I would have much rather liked to go long near 45.25, which was a 10-point differential from where it already started bouncing out. Now we're seeing a little bit of a possible test of 50-period EMA on the way up on the futures, and Nasdaq NQ/M22CM. Nasdaq also trying to get back to that 50-period EMA. Let's see if we can do so successfully and move up north, more north from there, more north. What happened?
I found such a weird sticker. Look, I was trying to reply to ASMR Patrick.
Yeah.
You see the sticker in the end?
In the chat?
In the chat?
I do. Wow. Okay.
Who's the dude?
I had no clue.
I was trying to type teacher, and when I typed TE, this guy came. Guys, if you know, who's that? I hope it's nothing bad, but someone hacked my emojis? Okay.
It's probably YouTube. YouTube gave you free emojis or something.
This one?
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
I don't have that.
Anyways, Brandon Hain sent us another super chat. With the Yappy guy jumping. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support. You sent us a lot of super chats today. And yes, guys, please help me to figure out who's that dude on the emoji.
LGVN fasten your seatbelts apparently. So let's go check on LGVN. LGVN apparently moving around quite a bit. LGVN still above VWAP and still showing a lot of strength on this stock. Not really moving down as when the stocks have moved down previously, and staying around the high day ranges. And then obviously when the market started bouncing, we started moving up a little bit more to the north side. So still looking strong on LGVN. Palantir getting ready to start taking some profits on Palantir here. Above $14 now, so let's take out the liquidity on 14.01 and hold the rest of the bag for a little bit of a possible up move on the stocks over here. So Twitter still battling the 50-period EMA. Not sure what Twitter wants to do. Hopefully it moves up north. Obviously, that way we make some money on this long. Where are we going?
I don't know, like Brandon Haynes says that it's him, but guys, like again, it's so weird. Look, like you can see now. I tried to type teacher, and this is the only like emoji. Sorry that I'm so like, but I'm overwhelmed. Like, if this is you, Brandon, please let me know. Or Tyron says it's Mr. Karen. So, wow.
Karen Jellyhead?
I hacked YouTube. Looks like.
Miss V,
I found codes.
Careful, Google's gonna come after you, Miss V. Miss V over here putting in her hacker skills into work. Obviously, Miss V too good at everything she does: trading, hacking, and looking good. And looking good. Let's hear that.
Tyrone
Emoji of the day. How come I don't see it? All right, it's all good. Mr. Karen wants to see the manager.
Right.
All right, where we're going. I know nothing. We know nothing. Jon Snow, at the end of the day, I know nothing. That is the actual facts of life, man. That's the facts of life. Only thing I know is I know nothing. And I believe Socrates has said that, and people misquote Pluto for saying that Miss Pluto has said it. Or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe someone else said it, and people always quote Socrates of saying that.
All right.
Anyways.
Brandon.
Yeah?
Brandon Hain hacked YouTube, and he sent us that sticker. Wow, I didn't know you can do so. Brandon, thank you so much. This is definitely going to be a sticker of the day. And he said he thought we're going to live it. I love this. This is my new favorite sticker now. Thank you so much, Brandon. I never knew you could do like this.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could
So
give
cool.
stickers. I know you
Thank
could do that
you.
on Twitch. I don't know you can do it on YouTube.
So cool.
That's pretty surprising.
I want more.
Facebook long is what Sean put. What the Twitter? Everything. What the? Whoa. I gotta take some profits. Everything just bumped up on my blotter there, and I just went deep in the money for no reason. Everything just shot up big time. Okay. Wow. No news, not that I know of. Maybe Brandon can put it up in the chat. I was just gonna show you guys Facebook along over here that Sean had, but let's see if Brandon can throw something in the chat for me that I could see. Big move on Twitter there, 59 cents in the money. We were only looking at 10 cents in the money for like 30 minutes there, and instantly it just jumped up by 50 cents. That got my my heart beating a little bit, obviously, because we went from being flat on the day to actually smoking it on the day now all of a sudden. So boom, baby. Can my charts load, please, Twitter? Come on. Twitter now ripping up 69 cents in the money. 69 cents. Let's go to Palantir real quick. Why are you laughing over there, bro? Don't laugh. Let's throw out some more exits on Palantir at the moment. And I also want to go take a quick look at I also already have orders on this stock, so I don't even have to take a look at this one. I just need to throw out more orders on this one, actually. So let me do that one. Bang, bang, bang. Done. All right, so nice moves coming into the market. Obviously, man, I'm still upset that I didn't take a trade on the futures over here. I called out this level 43.35 to 43.25. I want to see how they do it, but we didn't see anything happening off of that. Didn't make a trade, which is very sad at the end of the day. But obviously, lots of money being offered on the market right now. Almost back to VWAP on the S&P 500 futures. At which point, you know, you want to think about taking off some of your trades off the table once we get to not completely, but realizing at least 50%, maybe not 50, maybe at least 60% of your shares, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm realizing 50% of Twitter on a different screen. So let me come back over here and show you guys what Twitter is doing. I'm taking out 50% of my orders are gone off of Twitter. Now my average price is basically the 100-period EMA, 51.50. So if we do go back to 51.50s, I'm closing that for a flat trade instead of holding it for any big of a move over here. So obviously, let's see what happens. I want to quickly go back to Palantir too. PLTRNY. Palantir back below $14, and this is why I said you better start covering some of your shares before it retreats on you, and then you're wondering about why I didn't cover any of my orders over there before. Elon buying Facebook ? I don't know if that was a news catalyst, but Facebook was just a simple long consolidation near 232, I believe. Let me just quickly look over. No, it's 233 long that he had, and I'm guessing that was a 1-minute chart that he sent us earlier. So 233 long breakout, his best out. I'm guessing he's still holding some and still rolling in the profits, while the market is now trying to get back to somewhat of a green state. We're not going to see a big green move on the market, obviously. I don't expect us to go back to flat on NASDAQ. If we do, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't know what else to talk about at that point. But NASDAQ trying to get back to at least 50 period EMA at the moment. S&P 500 only down 0.5% and trying to get back to VWAP, which is obviously helping longs across the board for almost every single stock that I'm in. And we're trying to realize these profits for the day today before they retreat on us. Hi, sell now Twitter. I'm not sure if Twitter is ready to sell just yet, but maybe if you see a short opportunity on selling Twitter, yeah, why not? I think a better opportunity to selling Twitter would be closer to VWAP. Obviously, markets are trying to move north in a pretty strong fashion right now, but if 52 ends up being a rejection, then that is your short opportunity on Twitter without a doubt. $52 could give you a beautiful short opportunity, at which point which will reject our long at 5160. So 5160 is where we are currently long on Twitter. Stickers, obviously, I'm guessing you're talking about the stickers from the other side. Virtual Cloud Technology Inc. AVCT is blowing up. AVCT. Let's go check out what AVCT is doing. I already know it's not blowing up by any shape or form at this point. Let me go over here while my chart's loading up. AVCT. AVCT doing about 800 million shares, and if the relative volume is less than 1, we can just move on from that one to a different stock. Yeah, we can just move on from this one to a different stock. Looks like someone's trying to pump it. Palantir to the moon. Sadly, Palantir is not really doing what I wanted to do, like Twitter was moving around. Palantir currently trying to, just stay above 14, which is a good thing, I guess, at the end of the day. We have some orders to take some profits on Palantir, and we're waiting for those orders to kick in. At the same time, we're just waiting to see what our other stocks on the board will give us on the long direction. Eventually, maybe we get to work with those too. All right. I am making my first trade today. Gone with Tesla. It seems to be doing so well so far. What's your opinion? I think you're better off asking the Tesla expert, who's absolutely killed Tesla for almost 5 weeks in a row now.
Thank you, Brad. And first of all, Wendy Hines, congratulations. It's your first trading day and you chose Tesla. Wow, great job. Hopefully, as you said, it went well for you. I would love to hear what levels did you take, if you took any of this short, or maybe like you picked it from the bottom into the long right now. Let us know. And again, congratulations. We think you're doing a great job.
Awesome. Who's trying to make sense of chat? I'm not sure if I'm even going to answer that one, because people are probably going to get mad at me for even reading that one. So I'm sorry I read that chat. I'm sorry. Where we're going to look at that. Come on, stop baiting me, Tyrone. Stop baiting me. Moving on from that one. Elon won't buy Facebook. He knows it's partisan and bias and misleads. Okay, we're moving on from that one either. I want to go look at some stocks at the moment. So let me actually go scroll away from chat and go look at some positions. Maybe we'll talk about MULN. You know I don't even like talking about MULN, but that's what you guys are going to make me do in order to not get baited by some stupid comments in the chat. So let me zoom away from that direction. Let me go look at MULN. MULN at the moment, but relative volume still under 1. Still not doing. I know you're not talking about me, Tyrone. I'm just gonna get baited by reading something that I don't even want to read or don't even want to talk about. That's why I'm trying not to get baited. I'm not putting that on you. I'm putting that on myself, because I know my ADD. I know my thought process. And if I see something in the chat, I'll just read it and I'll just talk about it. So instead of doing that, I'm just trying to distract myself and look at the stock market and just look at the stock market. And in that note, MULN, which I don't even like talking about, I'd rather talk about this one at the moment, which is not doing the relative volume that we would like for it to do. Going to the downside one more day, down 3%. Still seeing the battle of $3 and $2.50. The battle of $3 and $2.50 sounds like an absolute battle, like in the history, doesn't it? The battle of $3 and $2.50 is still somewhat alive. So let's see eventually. Does 3 gets reclaimed, or does 250 break to the downside on MULN and give you some beautiful opportunities in the near future on MULN. Still very happy with my Twitter trade. I was pretty upset on Twitter that it wasn't moving in our direction, but now obviously we smoked it. Number 2 stock on the day on Twitter now, whereas Affirm is number 1 and would have been even more in the money. I should have had way more size on the first entry. I should have added down here, and I should have added on every single pop. So obviously very poorly traded on Affirm and S-Bucks. Starbucks also very poorly traded. My original target was $84. I want to throw my mouse across the room
Not
now.
into me.
Throw it to
I
you?
saw you were cursoring in my
Oh no, I
side.
was just looking at the mouse and I was just like thinking about it. But no, my target was $84, and I just got shaken out by the support that came in and the buying that came in around that price. Twitter might stop me out on the way down here. My stop is set to the break of 100 period EMA, which is basically the 59, I believe, is what I have it.
Brad, someone on the chat asked when Biden speaking today. Thank you for bringing up, because I was clueless. It's happening at 1:30, and guess what? President Biden, Vice President Harris, and former President Barack Obama deliver remarks on the Affordable Care Act and lowering healthcare costs for families. So 3 of those will be in there. They're supposed to start in around 3 minutes, but there might be delays, as we learned before. Anyways, it's happening. I'm super excited to see. I haven't seen Barack Obama for a long time.
Barack Obama. The last time I heard Obama's name was in Pusha T's song, which was actually last night. I heard him talk about how he told Obama about all of his bad things he did in life. And this is from Nigo's album. I don't know if you guys have heard the new album with Nigo, Lil Uzi Vert, and a bunch of other rappers. That's a great album, man, by Nigo. He's the creator of Bathing Ape, BAPE. You know Bape?
Like the company?
Yeah, Bape.
Yeah, they do stuff.
He's the creator of Bape, who sold it to some China company. No, Nigo, Nigo. He's like an Asian guy. Yeah, so he made like an album with a bunch of like artists like ASAP Rocky, Lil Uzi Vert, and everybody. Beautiful album, absolutely beautiful album. I love it. All right, where are we going to? We're walking away from the Nigo comment over there. AMD is, I see Elon buying DWAC. No, I don't think he is. I think Elon is invested in. I see the chat, not chat. I was putting my head over to see what CNBC is talking about, but I don't see anything big going on over there either. Trying to see if we get any bumps on the market that are really fruition or fruitful for us to make money off of. Obviously, at the moment, I'm not really seeing anything. But we have the Biden, Obama, and Harris talk coming in, which will obviously move the market in one direction or the other. Most of the time, the theory has been when they talk, or when Biden talks, market goes down. Obviously, we'll see if that theory holds up again. And
there's 3 of them.
there's 3 of them. What time was that?
Supposed to be in 1 minute, but again.
1 minute? Okay, so 1:30. Yeah, so soon we'll see if it does happen, or do they delay it by a couple minutes here or there. Keep in mind, you guys will obviously be able to watch the stock market move around with Brandon, Neil, and Sean when these guys are still talking, in case they're still talking, that is. So that'll be your go-to source of trading and what's going on across the market with the great Sean, Neil, and Brandon. Anyone going long on Tesla? Let's go check out Tesla. Anyone going long on Tesla? Tesla did go to 1090 and looks like it's turning around off of 1090. I want to go confirm the low a day real quick here. Tesla is 1090 at 1090 low a day, trying to move back up to the north side over here. Let's see what it wants to do eventually for Tesla. Obviously, listen, the reason why I'm not saying I want to go long Tesla is because every time I've done it, I've lost. And the reason why I don't want to short Tesla is because every time I've done it, I've lost. But every time I do give a trade setup on Tesla that I'm not part of, it ends up being a beautiful trade setup. So I just hate trading the stock overall. Every time I'm part of it, I'm wrong. And every time I'm not part of it, but I have an idea, I'm right. So on that note, I will pass it over to the Tesla goddess herself, who will maybe tell you where she is thinking about a long or where she is thinking about short. I know she shorted the morning pre-market highs, and I think the not all-time high, sorry, the opening high of
Pretty
like
much.
1152 something.
Around this level, like 1147 was
Yeah.
my entrance.
So if you were looking for a long Tesla goddess, where would you look for it?
Great question, guys. By the way, just real quick again, I was sitting in this SBFM. Finally, it shows some signs to go lower. You see this candle. And of course, let's take a look at Tesla and see where would I go long if I would go long on Tesla. Obviously, a lot of people were talking about this jump after we found double bottom at 1090. But again, I would be just literally careful. I do not see long opportunities for Tesla for myself today. And in general, I just want to protect my profit, but we definitely can take a look at a higher time frame on Tesla, and that's what I recommend to everyone. If you still do not use higher time frames, guys, that's important. So we definitely have a level in here at 1092, right? So if more positivity comes into the market, this might be a good level for going long on Tesla. And then also if we break that 1110, I also see a lot of room for Tesla to go higher. Before that, you know, like anyone can come out with a speech. It can affect Tesla and it can drop back to day lows. But just let's see, these day lows seem fine. I would just be really careful today. QQQ is still down 1.72%. So again, either like markets will spike to the upside, maybe that Barack Obama Biden speech will help, or again, I would look like at least 1111 level.
I forgot what they were gonna talk about. You said it, but I forgot.
They're gonna talk about delivery remarks on the Affordable Care Act.
Affordable Care Act, so healthcare and stuff. So I don't think the market will move too much off of that. Maybe some healthcare stocks would move. Maybe we could watch JAG-X or something. Maybe some pharmaceutical companies, but I wouldn't expect too much of a move off that unless Biden was talking about, oil stocks or something, or putting more sanctions. Maybe that would move the markets around a little bit. Maybe even talking about inflation. I expect the market to move a lot more. We already saw that happen off the open today, where I forget his name now. Brainard. I hope I'm saying that right, man. But am I saying that right? Okay, cool. So Brainard, he's obviously coming in with his remarks over there, saying that the market is way too inflated and there's a lot of risks ahead of us in the future. So obviously comments like those are gonna fear the market. They're gonna put scare into the market and bring it back to the downside. So if they say anything along those terms that scare the market, then anything is possible. But if they're just simply going to talk about the healthcare system and everything along that, I don't think we'll see something big. But obviously, that is just a theory. The thing you want to do is have that Newswire, whatever channel you use, you could go directly to the White House website that Miss V uses, or on and she's gonna actually put it in the chat. She said, "Thank you, Miss V, for that." So make sure you guys smash the like button for Miss V even doing the hard work for you guys. Miss V doing the earnings report soon, which are going to be busy very much. So make sure we're smashing it all the way up to Brainerd is a woman. Oh no, don't bait me.
What?
Is it a woman or a man?
Cool.
Brainerd?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I guess they're busy listening to something else at the moment. They're not listening to me. But Brainerd is a he. Law Brainerd is a woman. I guess it's a woman. The Fed speech. I thought it was a man, but it was a woman instead. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
By
It was
the
a
way,
woman.
Prad, thank you so much for your kind words. You're doing amazing job also in here, as all of us here at Trader TV Live. Also, guys, Prad mentioned earnings in there. We don't really have any important reporting after the close today, but we have that TLRay posting its earnings before the open tomorrow on April 6th. I just double check. Yes, it's still raised. So anyone who's still interested in that cannabis area.
Cannabis area. So that's another field that we will obviously have our eyes peeled on. We did see, I guess it was, what stock was ripping? SNDL was up today?
Sundial?
SNDL was down today, right? No, it was
Yeah.
up.
I believe it was
Down. I guess
down.
all of them were down. I thought one of them were up on the day, but it looks like most of them are in the red right now, at least from what it looks like. So marijuana ETF, MJ, down 3.6%. Tilray probably looking very much like MJ because Tilray is the #1 weighted basket of MJ over there. Look at that, very very similar. The bill did pass in the Senate, I believe. Looks like I also got stopped on my Twitter trade over there. Twitter just stopped me out on my long. So we are done with Twitter. Twitter #2 trade of the day, obviously. But coming back to Tilray, the bill did pass in the Senate, but we're waiting for the bill to pass. Or was it the other way around? Other way around. Sorry, there you go. The bill passed in the Parliament and needs to be passed in the Senate or something like that. So we're still waiting for the final vote to actually go through. If the final vote doesn't go through, then obviously there's still many roadblocks for the weed legalization pathway that are there. Many roadblocks in the way still. And because of that, we have to obviously wait for it, be patient, sit on our hands at many degrees, and just be calm, just wusa, patience at the end of the day will help us make the best trades. And some of us on the floor here actually spell patience with the PAY because, you know, being patient also pays in the long run. Which actually I'm going to not have at the moment because markets are coming back down. Palantir is going back down also. So I'm just going to wipe out my order here for only 5 cents profit. We're going to walk out with in the money, but we're going to wipe out that 95 level for 5 cents profit. I don't like that trade anymore. If we're going to come back down in the market overall, I'll think about, you know, maybe if we go back lower to the 90s, I'll think about adding there because my original order was at like 93, 92s. I'll think about being in a way better average, especially with the market coming down. I don't really want to be in the longs right now. The couple longs I am in are just going to be the ones I have to work with, such as Activision over here. Activision burnt me off the open. This was my starting trade, so I had a ton of size in front of 81, and I was hoping that the 81 level doesn't get taken out. 81 level gets taken out, and I get slipped 20 full cents on that position, which was painful to trade, obviously. Eventually, we had to let that go for a loss. Got back in for a long over here for only 20% of my share size that I had on the short side, and that ended up being a winner. So I cut my loss by 20%, and now we're building back into the longs exactly around where we were long previously. Praying to God, obviously, you know the setup. Load up and pray. Just praying that this ends up working out, or if it burns us again, then it burns us again. Activision today has been a little difficult on the trade end for me at least, but trying to make it work. All right. Let's see if there's anything else in the chat that you guys are putting in. What are your thoughts on BTC? Do you think it has hit the bottom? I don't really have any opinions on that sorts. I'll be honest. You know, I have ideas of what I like to do with that stock, or not stock, with cryptocurrency in general. And the idea is basically if it goes above, I'm just throwing some orders out here. So just give me a second while I do this and come back to you on the Bitcoin. So there we go. I'm ready. So coming back to you now, I can actually pull up Bitcoin over here. As long as Bitcoin is above, 34,000, I'm not adding to it because I have no reason to. If it does go below 34,000, I'll keep on adding all the way to 0 coins. And if Bitcoin does go above 51,000, I'll think about slowly taking profits, not my entire basket, maybe 10% at a time. I'll slowly start taking profits on the way up. So right now in this current range, I don't think you could call it bottomed. Right? We actually went up on Bitcoin after going down not too long ago. This could easily get retested. This could easily get blown out. We've seen China come in and disrupt the cryptocurrency space, such as Bitcoin cancellation and Bitcoin banning. Now we're also seeing the opposite of that, which is UK trying to be the forefront leader of cryptocurrency and so on. UK trying to take over the cryptocurrency into a whole new gear. So anything is possible, really. And when it comes to opinions, I think it's better not to have one because that will put biases in your heart, and it's better just to not have a bias at the end of the day and just focus on trading setups. And that's the setup that I see. If we go to the downside, I'm loading up all the way until I'm going broke. If we're going to the high side, I'm exiting all the way until I go rich. Those are the only two setups that I see on Bitcoin.
Let's go rich.
Let's go rich indeed.
By the way, Aaron Duff Hooker says FRGE is near a price where it broke out last time. Give it a check, possible blow up again inbound. FRGE, Forge Global Holdings. If we can take a look at higher time frame, we can see this level of 25.21, which is a key level, I believe. And we got there at some point, but then we bounced back in here to 23.52. So basically, I agree with you. If we break that 25 level to the upside, we have more room to go higher on FRGE.
Yeah, FRGE, Forge on New York, I believe. Yeah, Forge on New York, 800,000 shares traded today. And a little low on the relative volume scale, so I don't think we're actually gonna do anything for this to break out of $25. In all honesty, for a stock to not have a relative volume over 2, especially at this time of the day when market movers is coming to an end in the next 20 minutes or so, make sure you're hitting the like button. If it's not at 1,000, I'm gonna be pretty upset. So make sure you guys are smashing that. But for when a stock is not even at...
And we won't let you go to Brandon New and
That's
Sean.
true.
You will have to sit with us here until we don't get 1K.
That's your punishment.
Yep.
So if you're not at 2 relative volume before 12 o'clock, in my opinion, the stock is kind of in a no trade territory, not doing anything exciting for day traders such as myself. So I just gotta leave it alone, let it do its thing, and then come back at a different time. Where we're going to, is there a link to use the same trading platform? Yes, there is. Prad, what setups do you trade? There's tons of setups that I use. It changes from a day to day. It changes from time to time. It changes from stock to stock. So there's not one setup out there that I go to. There's plenty of setups, a whole arsenal of them. And if I have 5 setups, I'm telling you, Neil probably has 50, and Sean probably has 100. So it's just about experience and how many setups they've experienced throughout their history, and being able to know what setup to use on what stock at what time, because you could use the wrong setup on the wrong stock on the wrong time, and you don't know who's at blame. The blame is really you, because you picked it at the end of the day. But you can make or break a setup by picking the wrong stock and the wrong time to trade that setup. You can make or break a sticker or a ticker by picking the wrong setup or the wrong time, and you'll blame the ticker or you'll blame the setup. So at the end of the day, that is the perfect combination of skill set you want to get down to, which is able to know what stock you're picking, able to know what time of the day you're trading in terms of relative volume around that time of the day, and then able to being able to know what setup you're gonna use on that ticker and on that time of the day. It's a lot of experience and losses that go into being able to do that. Prad, tell us the 3 setups that you play. For most part, my setups are just momentum trades, like, lower day longs, high day shorts, or pre-market breakout longs, pre-market breakup shorts. So anything around breakouts, for example, 9:30 a.m. would be good. If you're looking for reversal trades, stocks that are like going up on the day, for example, what could be a good reversal trade? Let's go take a look at BABA. This would be kind of something that I would maybe look at for a reversal, but obviously BABA is very weak compared to the market today. So let's go look at something else. Let's go look at maybe AMD for a reversal. AMD Nasdaq. So around AMD over here, I would think about maybe going longer at the bottoms for a reversal, because it's already flushed down quite a bit. But you would look for support levels. You would wait near support levels. You wait near key levels, and so on. So there's a lot to it. There's a levels to this. There's not just a direct answer to it. There's levels to it. Also changes based on how the stock is doing on a time-to-time basis.
Prat, here's a question on the chat from Keith H.O. Prat, how do you pick stocks before market open? So I want to jump a little bit on that. First of all, I remind you, Kate, that we are posting our watch list every morning around 8:10 a.m. Eastern. Absolutely free. All you need to do is add it to your bookmarks. And here we have all the biggest movers: Twitter, NIO, Starbucks, CCL, Tesla, SBFM, ATR, GM, and every day we update that it contains the information why stock on a move, what is the catalyst, results of earnings, and so on and so forth. And we have archive also, so make sure you have that one. And I'm also going to send you educational videos. So out of all, at least of a lot of stocks, you need to make sure you choose the right one once or one for your trades. And here we have educational video how to narrow down your watch list at the open. So hopefully it will answer your question.
Yeah, 100%. That watch list is my number one go-to to find out what exactly is going on in pre-market news articles and why stocks are moving exactly. Along with that, I have scanners. I have scanners over here. The scanner was actually gifted to me by Sean. So Sean gave this to me, I believe, on last Christmas. So thank you for that. I still use it until now. Using scanners such as these will help you find out trade ideas. Yeah. And using scanners like these will help you find out what stocks are moving in pre-market. So these columns are actually filled out in pre-market, and I can see what stocks are up gapping, what stocks are down gapping, biggest gainers, biggest losers, and I just scroll through them. I look for relative volume. Oh, SBFM 77 relative volume. Anything a stock is doing ×2, that's pretty good. So what is the stock doing? Then you just go ask Miss V, or you look at the or you go look at the what's it called, the news for said stocks to see if there's actually a valid reason for them to be doing what they're doing, or if there is no valid reason, then you might look for some short opportunities. So there's just levels to it, right? There's different ways to build on it. Depends on what type of setup you like trading too. If you like trading gap and go setups, maybe you're looking for a certain percentage of gappers only, so you'll filter your scanners to find you those stocks. So using scanners will be very helpful, and I always urge everyone to figure out how to set up a scanner to help you on that.
Thank you, Brad. And as you mentioned, those trade ideas volume scanners, that's a great. All of us, like Brandon, also uses that, and Mike from Trade Ideas joined us every Friday at around 8:45, so don't miss him. And guess who's on?
Oh, they're on. Nice.
Yeah, I haven't seen Biden and Obama yet, but looking forward.
Vice President Kamala is on right now. Vice President Kamala is, surprisingly enough, she's not on CNBC. Looks like it's the ad time for CNBC and not news time.
Yeah, who cares about news, right? We need ad.
They need to make money, Miss V.
Yeah.
All right? The news doesn't make the money. Advertisements do. All right, where are we going to? 10 years, TSY selling off, fuels approaching 1029 highs. This may be the answer. Markets are selling off. Markets indeed came back to the low of days over there. NASDAQ and the S&P 500. I'm not sure where I'm typing. I'm typing in the chat box. NQ/M22. NASDAQ and S&P 500 both all the way back to the low of days. And this is why I did not want to be in any of the other longs that I was sitting in, such as Palantir or Twitter. The only longs that I'm in right now are buyout stocks, which are kind of burning me. So that's a little worrisome. We'll see what happens on these eventually. If they do manage to go back up, that would be great. Please go back up.
They actually are both there. They standing behind her and clapping.
Oh, okay. They're clapping.
Yeah.
Well, she better say some good joke or something. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what those comments have to be. Obviously, we do know, as Missy mentioned not too long ago, it was healthcare related. So we'll have to maybe look at some healthcare stocks. JAGX on NQ. Let's go check out if JAGX is doing anything by any chance. And I'm actually not seeing anything right now. Yeah, nothing going on JAGX, obviously. Is Forge halted or something? FRGE on NASDAQ. On New York. No, Forge is not halted. It's still trading. But as I mentioned earlier, it's not doing any volume. The relative volume is very low on Forge. And that's why it's not going to do anything for the day. Even though, yes, we are up 5% on it. The fact that there was no relative volume earlier on in the day is going to be enough of an indication for the stock to not do anything on for the rest of the day, in my opinion. Unless a catalyst actually comes in that would move it. A catalyst that actually comes in and moves it will be a whole different deal. Where are we going to? I noticed people tagging Tyrone Biggins, but I'm not seeing any messages
yeah,
from him. I'm not sure why. Where are we going to? New small downtrend. New small downtrend on the futures, I'm guessing, is what Sir Leash is saying. So obviously, new small downtrend. My nose is really itchy for some reason. I don't know why. I just keep itching my nose. It's like the tip of my nose too. Maybe I need to go wash my face or something. All right. Only 10 minutes left on market movers. Wow, I didn't even realize I only had 10 minutes left. Markets indeed were fun for us. I thought markets would be very much dead for us and not really doing anything. But S&P 500, ES/M22CM, S&P 500 back to the lower days here. Maybe we can look for some opportunity for a futures long. But as I said, my order that I wanted was 45.20 areas. So we'll wait for those 45.20, 45.25 areas. If we don't get that, we don't get that. I'm fine with it. And if we go to NASDAQ over here, so if we go to NASDAQ over here, NASDAQ yesterday's low 14,800. We're about 80. Well, this is delayed data. So right now, NASDAQ is about 50 points away from 14,800 low from yesterday. So that's where I would also look for a possible long opportunities on the NASDAQ futures coming in, which is very close to the lower day right now, as I mentioned also. So NASDAQ NQQM2 now down 2 full percent on the day. Lower day bounce or lower day test incoming as we speak about both of these markets, S&P 500 and NASDAQ. Let's go take a look at IWM Russell 2000. IWM Russell 2000, obviously a low cap basket. Let's go see how the low cap baskets are moving around today, down 1.65% also, and heading back to lower day equally along with the other two markets. And Dow Jones 30, DIA, diamonds as they call it, DIA today, pretty much flat, only down 0.5% and looking healthier than the rest of the market overall. S&P 500 down 0.8, NASDAQ down 0.2 or 2 full percent, sorry. Is Apple a good buy for long term? Apple is always a good buy for long term, but I would say maybe you could wait a little bit for Apple to go back to 150, 155, 160 areas for you to buy some. I would be for sure a little patient. We're very close to all-time highs on Apple. All-time highs around 182.80, so only $10 away from there. I don't think I want to be going long on Apple for the future, especially when we're close to all-time highs. I actually bought some shares of Apple at 150, so I would say, just focus on letting the market come back down. I think people are still screaming doomsday in the market. There's still a lot of fear in the market out there as far as I see. So because of that, I think we're going to have to just focus on letting the markets come back down. A lot of my stocks that were deep in the red actually are in the green now. The only two stocks that are deep in the red are Palantir and SoFi. So on that note, I'm not too eager to add to any of these stocks, nor am I too eager to build more shares across the board on stocks that I already have. I might think about adding Microsoft below 300, but obviously that's a pretty far way out right now. We still have $10 on Microsoft, which might come in later on. S&P 500 now taking out the lower day, looks like. Ms. V?
I'm just keeping an eye on that. Looks like they have a lot of fun. Obama made a joke or something, and they were then hugged with Biden. So they have fun, definitely. But guys, what is important? Literally 6 minutes left until the end of the show. We still need 150 more likes to 1K. Please don't leave us without 1K likes. You see, they're gonna hug now. Who cares, right? Only me. And yes, what we really care about is like account, guys. It will be so sad if today will be the first day you won't help us to get 1K. We still have 2,200 people watching, so please, right?
Yeah, smash this. It's gonna be very upsetting if this is the first day. I might lose my job if we don't get to 1K. So let's
Right.
maybe I shouldn't have said that. Now
They're
people
gonna
won't
take
like
away
it.
food. good.
Now people won't like it if I said that, so
No.
they'll be, that's their reason to not like it. Obviously, no, smash that like button. It lets our producers know, let everybody know where not might. Sean goes not my 100%. So yo, listen, get that like counted to 1K or I'm losing my job. Come on, I need this job. Get that like button to 1K. Show
Works.
positions equals more likes. I can't show my positions. I said we gotta wait for the new table setup and the new wiring to come in, so I literally can't show my positions even if I wanted to. So if that's why the likes are not here, then I don't even know what to say. That's a ridiculous of a reason to not like the video. Absolutely ridiculous.
If you don't want to give a like to us, give like to Tony Pepperoni. What did he do bad for you?
Yeah.
Nothing, right? Tony deserves all the likes in the world.
Indeed. All right, where are we going to? I gave 2 likes. Let's go. Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Does
Thank
it mean
you.
you disliked?
Sorry?
Does it mean you disliked?
Maybe he liked it from 2 accounts?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
that's
hopefully.
what.
That's right, hopefully. All right. If it's not entertaining, then you'll get swapped out. I mean, first, if I'm too entertaining, you guys complain about me being too entertaining and not talking about stocks. If I'm not too entertaining, I get yelled at for not being too entertaining. If I have any opinion, you guys go off on that. If I don't have any opinion, you guys say I'm too robotic. Is there like a rule book, a handout that I could follow, a cheat sheet that I can have in front of my face? Then I'll just read exactly what type of personality, teleprompter, so I know exactly what type of personality you guys want to see on a day-to-day basis.
You're perfect
Come on,
as
guys.
you are.
Sorry, Missy?
You're perfect as you are.
All right. Sing us some Bollywood. I can't do Bollywood. I'm sorry. I'll you know what? Don't even smash the like button at that point. If that's what you want from me, don't even smash it. It's all good. I'll be fine. All right, moving on though from the likes, everything. Obviously, if you guys give it to us, we appreciate it. If you guys don't give it to us, we still appreciate it because you have done so for the past 3, 5, 6 months now, nonstop.
Yeah.
One day, it's all good. Whatever. Miss, you see any stocks moving?
Good question, Prad. I can see nothing really. Tesla doesn't really doing nothing, even though we have those Obama and Biden speaking. So no, I don't even see that their speech and presence affecting markets too much.
Yeah, as I said, I won't expect too much about a health talk to move the market. But MULN somehow picking up volume right now, moving back to the north side, now in the positive territory on the day. So this is what we're looking for. And NASDAQ and S&P 500 once again bouncing off those lows. So maybe looking for some long opportunities across the table. Obviously, $3 test, maybe a higher day retest right now, which is 288. Let's see if 288 gets taken out on MULN, this move up. I'm expecting some longs on AMD and maybe even Apple longs coming in. Twitter could be another opportunity long over there. Palantir back at the lower day, long opportunity maybe to also keep an eye out for. Tons of stocks that are back to the lows that could give you that opportunity to get long. Activision that we were already long is getting ready to move back in the north direction. So congratulations for anyone who did buy some opportunities over here at the lows. AMD is someone said AMD is stronger than the other chip makers. I actually want to go the other way around and say AMD has been weaker compared to the other chip makers, according to me at least. I could be wrong in this, nothing wrong with being wrong. Maybe I'll learn from it. But according to me, I have seen AMD been weaker than your Nvidias, your Intels, and your Micron, for example, was a little bit weak on earnings day. So based on that, and look at this, Micron's still weak on this day too. Micron now $74, $75 area, still playing around. So on that note, this is why I'm a little hands off on AMD, but you guys know I love AMD. I'm married to the stock, so obviously we love the stock.
And we love you guys because guess what?
Did it? Wow.
We did it! 1K likes.
I thought we weren't gonna do it today.
Shimmy. No, I was always believing in us, and I knew we were gonna get it, no matter what, even if we had
Like
to.
how we're just dancing
We're
the whole
so
time.
weird, right? Like, who cares? Also, look, Prad is in red, I'm is in green.
Hit the
1,
dab.
2, 3.
Hit the dab. That's right.
So yes, guys, around 1 minute. Ouch.
I didn't even notice that. Red, green. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. Obviously.
Yin yang.
What's that?
Like, that sign?
Yin yang.
Yin yang.
Yin yang. Yeah. The Chinese sign of what's it called? neutrality. I think it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's neutrality, but it's peace,
Golden
love,
middle?
harmony. Yeah, it's a lot
harmony,
to it.
maybe harmony.
Yeah. Oh, balance.
Good
That's
job.
what it is. Balance.
Balance is what important. Find the balance in your life, guys. Actually, it's already 2. Brandon, Sean, and Neil are super excited to take you over, and we love you guys. Have fun.
That's right. Are we there? Oh, paka paka.
Paka.
Hey guys, welcome to the close. Couple hours left in the trading session. Very red one, unfortunately. We come all the way back and then some after a very nicely positive day yesterday. About 2% now, in fact, for the NASDAQ to the downside. We're off the lows here. I'll give you a look at where we're at the moment. There it is, 1.94. Remember, we finished the day up yesterday. Exactly 2%, 2.01%. 0.36 there for the Dow, the S&P 0.85. Back to the downside. More inflation talk from the Fed scaring the market back into negative territory here. Crude oil hanging on 0.32% to the downside after a bit of a move early on as well.